go mode, go. Yeah, I'm in go mode, go mode.
What's up, guys? Welcome.
Hello.
To an all-new episode of the OSA Out of Shape Allstars, episode 7. We in here. I got my squad with me. And like always, this pod is brought to you by Culture Capsule and sponsored by Don's Inc., like always.
That's right.
But before we get to the shit, I got to say, rest in peace to my man George Floyd. Rest in peace to Breonna Taylor. Black Lives Matter.
Thanks.
Y'all know where we at with this shit, man. This is the OSA. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to go around the room. DQ ain't here. Well, DQ's here. Drew ain't here. So
Drew ain't here.
He's going to be here later. He said he'll be here later. We'll see, depending on how I
we'll
feel
see if
about
he
a man.
joins.
But like always, I got the squad with me. First up, we got the homie Eddie Horchata. Then we got the boy Johnny Five. Then we got the local sneakerhead Just DQ. And last but not least, the homie K Jet. And if you don't know, my name is Devin. My mama called me Devin, so you can call me Devin. I'm the Don of all Dons, repping all the time. All right, let's get into this, man. In case you missed it, we're going to discuss the imperfect Roy Halladay story. Now, for a lot of people who don't know, if you don't watch baseball, me, I'm not a big fan of baseball. I actually got introduced to Roy Halladay through this doc.
Oh, wow.
E60.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've seen him before, but I don't watch baseball, so I really don't know. I recognize the name, but I don't really know the player. But from what I saw from this, he was a good-ass player, good pitcher.
Right.
Perfectionist, almost to a fault. And that's kind of what led to his untimely death, I would say. So, Eddie, you're a big baseball fan. What do you think about the imperfect Roy Halladay story? It was pretty sad.
Yeah, no, I mean.
First of all, wait, time out. Y'all gotta
go.
Last name is Halladay, bro.
Halladay.
Yeah, Halladay.
Halladay.
Yeah.
Halladay, I'm sorry. Not Halladay, it's Halladay.
Yeah.
Eddie, back to you.
Thanks, Kev. I'm pretty soft when it comes to like really, really emotional stuff. Like when it gets too real for me, it does choke me up a little bit. So there were a few like, oh man, this is just super sad. But just knowing Doc, as he was called when he was really, really on with Toronto and the Phillies, as a Yankee fan, like we saw him all the time when he was in Toronto. And then obviously we had that big series. What year was this? 2009. No, yeah, 2009.
Yeah, it was 8 or 9, yeah.
Yeah, 2009. And we beat him. And that was great. But Doc Halladay was great, and he was very, very good. And I hated him for being so good because he was always beating up my team. I know they had A-Rod on there, and even A-Rod was just saying, like, yeah, the guy, he was painting corners. The guy was just too good. He was almost unhittable. I did not know he dealt with that much, man, and it's a real thing. Substance abuse is a problem. His wife talked about hating the word perfect. The guy threw the perfect game. He threw the no-hitter in the playoff game, which is the first time or the second time it's ever happened. The guy worked at his craft, popped his back, got addicted to amphetamines. Kev and I grew up in an area where that became a huge problem. And it's really, really sad because it does lead to heroin, and it leads to even worse addictions. For Doc, I know he had that obsession with aviation, and I don't know, like, again, because the way it ends, it's just so sad because it's just like there's so many unanswered questions, and like you don't know, like, hey, like, was he trying to hurt himself? Like, was he not? The guy leaves behind 2 kids and a wife, and again, I hated the guy because he was so good. I hated him because he was so good and what he did to my team. But now I realize that this was much bigger than just a baseball game.
Yeah.
So yeah. Again, it was tough to watch. So I got nothing else to say. And God rest his soul. And he made it to the Hall of Fame. He deserved it. And again, he deserved all of his accolades.
Now, Kev, you are another big baseball fan. Do you have any fond memories of Doc Halliday, when he used to play.
I mean, beating him up in the '09,
'09 World Series.
World
That's right.
Series. So
What happened, Jimmy?
I'm sorry to correct you. He didn't play that year.
he didn't.
He didn't play that
I thought
year?
he did.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I thought he did.
He got to the Phillies the year after.
Oh, okay.
So bottom line is from like the story. Obviously, we get a lot of background that a lot of us just didn't know as far as like aviation and stuff like that. I like vaguely recall like him dying and being like, damn, like that's sad, but not really knowing how he died. But I just seen something like earlier today because a lot of people are like home, obviously with the pandemic and stuff like that. And they said a commercial said it actually takes about 5 days on average to get addicted to prescription drugs. So was he overly susceptible because he was taking like 4 or any combination at the same time? Who knows? But the question that was asked like in the doc that I mean, I'm not calling her a liar by any means at all, was when they looked at the wife and was like, did you see any signs that like he might have been under the influence?
Yeah.
And for a partner, any of us and all of us that have been in a relationship, like you know your partner to a certain extent that like, what is she supposed to say? Yes, and I still let him go. But at the end of the day, like we all know some people, especially even with like alcohol, that are high functioning to a degree. So I mean, I believe her, but it might have been a little something there. You know what I mean? Who knows? But rest in peace. I mean, sad story.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, depression is real. A lot of people we don't take it as serious. A lot of people be dealing with depression, especially in times like this that we're in right now. Cabin fever becomes a real thing for people, and people get depressed being confined for so long. But Johnny, speaking in regards to depression, a lot of times when it comes to athletes, it's like it's the competitive spirit. It's the competitive spirit to a fault. Whereas they strive to be excellent. They've been since a kid. It's been put in their brain. You got to be the best. You got to be the best. And a lot of times you either get that ultimate athlete, or you get someone who is great, but they don't see themselves as great, or it's just like, I got to do more. I got to do better. I got to do this. So being competitive, being an athlete, how do you feel about that in regards to depression? Like, is it okay to be overly competitive? Is it a taboo that leads to depression and stuff like that?
I think it's perfectly fine to be overly competitive, but I think is another thing that you didn't mention is when you're so good at a sport and then it's over, you know, when it's over.
Yeah, when you don't got it no more, you know.
Not even you don't got it, you just choose not
you have
to
nothing
play
else
no
to
more,
rely on.
You just choose not to play no more.
So you don't feel like yourself anymore because you know this is what you've been living for.
So, but you know, obviously he got hurt towards the end, so probably added on to the stuff and how he's feeling, and then the airplane stuff he got into after, you know, after he retired, it was something therapeutic to him. So you know, something to ease on his mind, so it's something he enjoyed. But it's just unfortunately he was in so much pain. So I don't know, like they did say on the E60 he's had like 4 different drugs in the system.
So just to be clear, too, he was officially diagnosed with ADHD, anxiety, depression, and bipolar disorder. Again, these are things that you can't be mixing, painkillers and
it's just a sad
muscle
story
relaxers with.
He's probably one of the greatest pitchers I watched play. When I watched, a little time watching.
And our time.
My life. Yeah, our time. Obviously.
Our time, for sure.
He was really, really talented, and obviously, he was a thorn in the Yankees side. Unfortunately, the Blue Jays wasn't really a good team, and he finally
That's why he got traded.
So when he went to the Phillies, finally got success. Threw his first perfect game. Then he threw the second no-hitter game ever in the playoffs.
And he has the championship, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Does he have one?
I think so. Yeah.
A Cy Young? Yeah, I think he has
a World Series
championship.
Oh, no.
He don't have one?
I don't think he got one.
I think he did.
The Phillies won before he got.
Somebody fact check that. Yeah, somebody fact check that.
Yeah, he don't got a World Series championship.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Now, before we leave this DQ, I want to pass it to you and get to a little serious, if you don't mind. You being an athlete and dealing with sickle cell, and so I know it kind of hinders your ability to play sports like you do. Does that cause any depression for you, being an athlete and dealing with that? How do you deal with situations, or if you have those type of moments?
Mainly growing up, like first starting to play sports, it was a big deal for me, kind of problem for me, because when people don't know your situation, they just assume shit like something's wrong with you. So,
oh, my bad. Who got on the TV?
Not me.
I mean, my TV's on, but the
No, I
volume
can
is
hear.
like.
I can hear the TV.
Be a professional.
That was Johnny.
Put it
That
on
was
mute.
Johnny.
Yeah, I just muted the TV. My bad.
And while we're just cutting stuff off, Doc Holliday did not win a World Series.
I'm probably confused with
Two-time All-Star, two-time Cy Young winner, two-time Major League leading MLB wins leader as a pitcher, but no Cy Youngs.
I was confusing with the 2K cover. My bad.
All right, so DQ, you got the flow.
Yeah, so pretty much like growing up, like playing sports, mainly when I got to high school. So, I've even though I have sickle cell, like sports like basketball and football weren't really sports I can play those sports, but when it comes to like the cardio aspect, it doesn't do much for me because I get tired extremely quick. Rather than baseball, if I do some activity or the ball's hit to me or something like that, I can still get like a rest in between plays because not the balls hit you every play pretty much. So that's why I thrived at playing baseball. But the worst part about it was being me the first is that when people don't know your situation, it's like what the fuck am I here for? So when I was 14 and 15, I played my last years of baseball pretty much, and when I was 14, I won a championship, right? So, but I didn't really contribute to that team, so I can give two shits about that championship. But then the next year, so I figured, like it's my last year, I'm gonna get more playing time. I didn't get any fucking playing time for 7. Like I played 2 games out of a 17-game season. I played in 2 games, and the amount of innings I played was 1.5. Because my fucking coach was a fucking idiot, and he didn't know my situation. So I'm like, we're like after every game, we would run sprints. He would come out with sprints off, like he will literally give me one at a bat, one
Or he
inning.
treat you like you was some type of liability or something.
Was your coach aware that of your disease or no?
He was aware, but I'm pretty much sure that he didn't know what the fuck it was because he treated me like
no one knew how to handle it then.
He treated me like I had cancer. So I'm like, so I there's one game I started like pretty hot. I got 1 hit. I caught the ball in the outfield, and then like the next inning he pulled me from the game. I'm like, he says, "Oh, now you sick?" I'm like, "The fuck you talking about? I'm sick. Like I have sickle cell, you asshole, not cancer. So what the fuck you talking about?" So that
let me play until I pass out.
Yeah, so from that point on, like I didn't give a fuck about that season. So I pretty much just paid. I paid for my uniform, and I was pretty much a fucking cheerleader the entire season. So, and then I one time because like any team I played for, I played baseball since I was 7. So out of those from 7 to 15, I didn't play when I was 12 because my mom didn't let me for some reason. So I have two championships and 1 second place trophy, right? And I take more pride in my second place trophy than I do my first place trophies. This was the fact that I was actually playing. I was actually contributing at that. So I was one of the team's most clutch hitters for some reason, and I literally was the one person who got my team to the finals like 2 years in a row, but by getting a clutch hit. So when it came time during my last year to actually get put in that situation, my coach completely ignored me. And on top of that, the team we were playing was my old coach I was having those big moments for. So then it kind of hurt more when like I actually got a chance to speak to my old coach because he told me if I would have quit the team I played for, he would have picked me up and I could have just played more. But I didn't know that. And I didn't know you can do that. So I'm pretty much just sitting on the bench every fucking game, not doing anything. Then I'm like, I ended up getting into like an altercation with my teammates because this asshole decided to call me trash to say I lost them the season when I wasn't even in any games. So from the bench, you see everything, right? We played 17 games. This nigga had 16 errors in 17 games in clutch moments. And the nigga was a shitty pitcher. So I don't understand why he would put that blame on me for us losing. I wasn't even fucking playing.
It's okay. It's okay, DQ.
Yeah, but
We say all this to say depression is real, regardless of how big you are. You have fucking top athletes from us, from being bum ass high school athletes, for us to be just regular people. Depression is a real thing for everybody.
And again, we talked about this in the last episode when it came to cyberbullying and places that you can reach out to. There are places that you can reach out to.
Even like with me, actually saw a therapist from mild depression for the past probably going on with last year and probably the year before that. And I realized that the reason why I was so depressed is that like for instance, when we graduated school, I literally couldn't find a job until 6 years after we graduated. And it wasn't even like a regular job. It was me getting hired at the old shitty job I had in 2011. I kiss logger pretty much. And then you're constantly trying to do something for yourself or make yourself better or better your situation, but no opportunities are coming your way. I can't tell you how many emails I've sent to people asking for even internships to work for free. It's not getting
all shit like this leads to depression.
Right.
You feel like the world against you and shit. You feel like you ain't got nobody to talk to. And like Eddie said, there are people and organizations that are available. It's okay to seek professional help. There's nothing wrong with that. It's no taboo. It's no ills to seeking help. It's okay. We deal with a lot of real shit. We keep a lot of shit in, especially as men. We keep shit in and we don't deal with our issues and shit. So
depression is weird because you literally can be depressed and not know you're depressed.
Yeah.
When I was dating my last girlfriend, right? I realized that she's one of the sweetest girls in the world, but dating her, I felt like I was becoming more depressed for some reason, even though she was the nicest person ever. But when I told her I had to break up with her, it was hard to do, but I had to do it for myself because I wasn't really getting anything that I felt I was needed mentally. Right. And so when I ended up talking to someone else, it was a complete 180, and I saw my mindset, everything was in the right direction. I started eating healthier. I started getting my mind straight. I was being encouraged to do certain things.
Good shit. You should be encouraged. You are special. You are loved, and I love you if they don't love you. I love all you niggas. Right. All right, so that's that. We're gonna move on. I love you too, Ed. We're gonna move on to we're still in case you listen. We're talking Conor McGregor, Anderson Silva. We might have a catch fight between these two. So we got the legend, Anderson Silva, and then you got Conor McGregor, too, a legend in the sport of UFC.
In his own right,
in his own right. You got a vet versus, is Conor in his prime? Is he still in his prime? Is he past his prime?
Who knows? Who knows? I have the hottest take, so I wouldn't say he's in his prime.
So, John, we're going to throw it to you first. If such fight does happen, who you got, Conor or Anderson Silva?
Obviously, we ranking fighters all time.
Anderson Silva is one of the GOATs.
Anderson Silva is one of the greatest, but I feel like he's a few years past his time. He lost 6 of his last 8 fights and shit.
And then when he broke his leg, he broke his leg in one fight. He tried to taunt a nigga and got snuffed. So that was the funniest shit ever.
That was the first. That was the first one.
It's part of my take.
The rematch, he broke his leg.
Yeah.
The rematch, he broke his leg.
Right. It's part of my take, but I'll give you guys this real quick. His last win was in 2017, dude.
Yeah.
Last win. Last W.
Silva's a big name, but he's a few years past his prime.
He got them legs though. He got them legs. Of course, it's all money fight.
But Silver does fight at a heavier weight class than Conor though. But
well, they're trying to
work
bring
it out.
Yeah, they're trying to.
They'll work it out
than Conor. So
yeah,
but it was something. It would have been something if Silver was still in his prime. It would have been amazing to watch. But I don't know.
If you had prime Silver, I don't think nobody can beat prime Silver.
It's gonna be good to watch, but I don't know. He's a few years past his prime. Great fighter, but
I think it'll be more fair because again, Conor will have to fight in a heavier division.
Conor will sell it. You know, Conor is like he has a personality.
He gonna sell it.
He sells
fights. He sells tickets. The kid moves tickets. That's unarguable for sure.
Yeah. So
Anderson Silva was the first person I seen who let an exercise where he will lay on the floor and have someone with heavy weight gloves just hit him in the jaw as hard as he can so he can get knocked out. That was some crazy shit. So when he was in his prime doing that, yeah, but
man, Anderson Silva used to front kick niggas to death.
Yeah, then when that braggadocious style, this is why I think this would be a good match. The fact that these two motherfuckers probably the most braggadocious dudes in the ring. Because nigga Anderson Silva will put his gloves down and punch her in the face. And that's why I was laughing at the time his ass got clapped and knocked out that time. You asshole.
No, I'll look forward to it. I mean, especially I'll watch UFC like that, but these are two names that I know. And again, when I first got into UFC, Anderson Silva was the guy. I was a Lyoto Machida fan, but Anderson Silva was kicking everybody's ass. So we'll look forward to the fight.
Right,
okay, so Kev, what is your take on the Conor McGregor Anderson Silva fight?
I want Anderson Silva to put Conor on his ass, bro.
I agree.
I like Conor, but Conor be talking way too much. I like that Floyd gave him the work because he was stupid enough to see that man. And I people that talk too much sometimes, bro, they don't understand nothing but hands.
Again, you got to put your money where your mouth is, and for a long time Conor did, and now he's not.
I want to see
Conor be smoking shit in the UFC. You'll
see.
But Conor's nice though. But I want Conor to go to sleep, stiff arms and all that.
I agree.
Damn.
If Conor go to sleep, I just want to see a front kick from Anderson Silva. We'll see if this fight happens, but we're going to get into the last part of in case you missed it. And this one
I don't get a take?
Oh, I didn't give you a take? You said your hot take.
Hottest fucking take.
Oh, okay,
so hottest take.
Let's hit his hot take.
Here we go.
Okay, so this is the washed UFC event. Okay? Why is this the washed UFC event? We just talked about it. Dev, you and I said, the peak of us liking UFC was when the UFC first started in 2007, 2006? Whatever, maybe 2006, 2007.
I think it was a couple of years before that.
That was at his peak. I gave you guys a little bit of it, but Anderson Silva's last win was in 2017. I'm going to call Conor's last win 2016. The reason why I'm going to call his last win is 2016 because he fought Cowboy earlier this year, who had a record of 36 and 15. The guy was trash. It was definitely a ploy to get Conor back up because Conor is literally he's a DQ. What do you call Giannis Antetokounmpo? He's got good marketing, right?
Yeah.
That's what you say about Giannis. That's what I say about Conor, man. Conor tried to go out there and he tried to box fucking Mayweather, and Mayweather fucking gave him a lesson. Even though I hate Mayweather as well.
They call that fight.
UFC started in 1993.
Okay, but still, when
became
Anderson
more
Silva
popular in the 2000s.
Yeah, exactly. When the UFC was popping, and everyone thought that they could fucking do MMA for a little bit. I remember that little stint for a while. But again,
I remember niggas at Berkeley thought that too.
Yeah, it's niggas. Dumb. I think both these guys are washed. Do you guys remember the Kimbo Slice? Shout out to him, R.I.P. The Kimbo Slice and the other fucking fat dude that he fought, the other Street Fighter that he fought for a while. I forget it. Daga, whatever.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Remember how I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Remember how washed they were and they were sleeping on each other and oh fuck. Oh my god, I feel like this is exactly what the fight's gonna be. It's gonna be stupid. Just fucking stop.
It's gonna be like maybe
so that's my
grown
hottest
ups.
take.
Maybe grown ups when they was playing ball at the end.
Yeah,
Like let's take an injury.
Yeah, take an injury. Yeah, so this is definitely going to be the
Connor
most
is
watched.
still in his prime though.
Okay, John, I agree with you. While I agree with you, I do think that, but I'm saying like as far as like the celebrity of these two athletes, I think they're washed. I think no one cares about them. And will they sell tickets? Sure, yeah, because people are going to be like Silva McGregor. That's cool. I'll bet on that. I'll watch that because again, we're in a pandemic and there are no sports. So
Connor gonna fuck around. Had that shit look like a Mike Tyson fight. That shit might be over in like 20 seconds.
We'll see. We'll see.
Like those two fighting, it's like Sting fighting the Undertaker. Like they want to see it, but these niggas are almost in their 60s. Don't want to see that.
Yeah, it was.
But again, Connor is still. Connor is still.
DQ. Help me out. Undertaker versus fucking Goldberg. Both those dudes fucking falling over.
Almost killed themselves.
That was bad.
Yeah, exactly.
That was bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like this is the fight that we're gonna watch if we actually see McGregor versus Silva. So that's my take on that. But Dev, I just thought of this.
Connor is 31 years old. Right?
And it's Dada 5,000. That's what it was.
Dada 5,000. Thank you. But while we're talking to the UFC, I just want to briefly talk about this Bones Jones. We did mention him in a Start Bench Cut earlier. Start Bench Cut. He is willing to give up his belt now in the UFC because there's like a big contract negotiation with him and Dana White. I think it's super stupid. Whatever. You suck. He doesn't want to fight the African dude from Senegal.
Oh my dude!
He don't want to fight him because he knows he's gonna get knocked out. That's why. So he's gonna give up his belt, and Bones Jones will get washed if he fights him.
I don't know about that neither.
I'd rather watch that fight. I don't want to watch Silva McGregor fight because I'm over McGregor. His marketing is great. I am on the Giannis Antetokounmpo with DQ. McGregor is all about marketing. He's got the best marketing team around him. His whiskey sucks. His accent sucks. And he sells tickets. That's the only thing I'll give him credit for.
Okay. Now, McGregor's defense, I think McGregor just been doing a lot of dumb shit, but he's still in his prime. He's still a great fighter. I love to see the fight, though.
He fought Floyd.
I'll never fight him, by the way. Yeah. That's
right. Never fight him. Never say this shit to him.
No. I mean, I'll say it to his face if there's, like, someone in front of us.
Right. That's worse, bro.
With a camera. We recording this shit.
Yeah.
We recording this.
That's a payday that man knock you out on the street.
It's a hate crime.
Fuck a hate crime, bro.
Payday and a broke jaw.
His hands is licensed, bro. I'm coming up.
Payday and a broke jaw. All right, we're moving on from UFC. Before we get out of it, in case you missed it, we're going to talk nice. Talk to me nice. Major League Baseball players. As you know, we all in this COVID shit.
Oh, yeah.
Still dealing with this pandemic. We don't know the future of sports. We want it. It's the only thing that we got left, and we wishfully thinking and we're hoping and praying that we get some sports. But on the lighter side of things, Major League Baseball players are
helping. Want to fight earlier this year.
Right, John.
Yeah, in 2020 against Cowboy, who sucked. I literally said that. 36-17, he sucked.
Again, we passed the fucking UFC. We talking nice right now.
Fucking Johnny
Major League players helping out with the COVID pandemic and helping the minor league players by assisting with some of the heartache with not being able to play ball. Again, I'm passing to you baseball fans because I really don't watch, but I think it's dope that the people that's making the real money helping out the little guys that's trying to get up in there. So, Eddie, what's your take on this, man?
Yeah, it was super cool. David Price, who sucks now, who was a Boston Red Sox and should have been a New York Yankee after being a Tampa Bay Ray for so long, can't pitch against us. He's not good. But again, shout out to him. He plays for the Dodgers. Doesn't make a lot of money as is. Like, he's not one of the highest paid pitchers in the MLB, but definitely set the standard for it. Helping out, giving his own money to minor league baseball players that are going to make it. Well, hopefully, eventually, one day we'll make it. Obviously, with no baseball, with everything going on with it, I don't know if we talked about it at the top here. I can't remember right now. But yeah, it looks like there may or may not be a baseball season. So the fact that this guy is willing to just go into his bank
Right.
account and be like, "Hey guys, I'm gonna dish out at least $1K to all of you right now." It's like a stimulus check, and it's really, really nice.
You said David Price is not one of the highest paid players in baseball?
He's not like compared to like the rest of us.
He
the
was a
rest of
great
them.
prospect though.
I
His
said
first
us.
2 years was
No, David. John, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe he's on a minor league deal.
David
I'm
Price?
sorry,
No.
veterans minimum deal.
Oh,
David Price?
I'll look it up now.
He's still
Go ahead.
on. He signed a $217 million contract in 2015.
That
That
was
ain't
with
nothing
Boston.
in, that ain't nothing in
was with
baseball.
Boston. John, that was with Boston. He's with the
That's the
Dodgers now.
minimum. That's the minimum
That was
in
with
baseball.
God damn.
That nigga can help
Again,
pay for a few teams.
Compared to your Mike Trout, your Bryce Harper,
He
your Manny
signed a
Machado,
7-year
your
deal in
Giancarlo Stanton.
2015.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that deal is done now because he's with the Dodgers now.
Now the Dodgers is paying him, and obviously when the trade happens, Boston's covering some of that tab, but he still has the big contract.
God damn. God
Again.
damn. God damn. 17 million David Price is getting. His contract was.
He could pay all of us a stimulus check.
Facts. Facts. The government just go to the MLB if they want to re-up on this stimulus.
Yo,
Tell these niggas to dish out a little bit. Damn, these niggas get bread. Dorian, you gonna
They
play
got so
baseball.
much money. Yeah.
Damn,
Get
it's
him,
crazy.
get him training now.
But look, yo, it's still dope, regardless of how much niggas getting paid.
Yeah,
they
it's
ain't got to do shit for nobody. They take it because the league is trying to fuck the players right now. And so for them to be like, and minor league players are getting cut every day due to this shit, it's dope that some of the players are stepping up and saying like, yo, bro, I'm gonna help out, you know, with the situation. So
Yeah, and I don't believe he's the only one, but go ahead and pass it to somebody else while I find out who else is doing this.
we moving on from this shit. I just wanted to put that out there and just
Okay.
say, yo,
Yeah,
that's dope.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
next we gonna get into a new segment. It's called Bag It or Trash It. Now, I ain't taking credit for this, so if y'all don't like this shit, holla at Eddie. So
Blame it on me.
So
This
Bag
is
It or
my
Trash.
fault.
That's
So-
on me. He
So
said.
basically, the way Bag It or Trash should work, it's like, yeah, nay, like if you fuck with it, you bag it. If that shit's whack, you trash it. So I'm gonna give them 3 options or 3 questions. I'm gonna pose 3 questions, and I'm gonna go around and everybody gonna tell me if they bagging it or if they trashing it. Y'all fellas, y'all ready?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So bag it or trash. Cam Newton being a starting QB before this alleged or whenever the next season ends. Before the season ends, I ain't gonna say start.
There's going to be a season.
So there will be a season, but I don't know if he'll be
100%.
a starting
Bag it.
QB by the beginning of the season. But at some point, our next season, will Cam Newton be a starting QB in the NFL? Johnny, bag it or trash? Why you bagging it? Why you bagging it?
Yeah, Johnny.
Cam's still better than a lot of these quarterbacks that start right now, but obviously all the stuff that's happening is, like has everything on like halt, so he's not gonna get his chance to. But you know, when we get closer and like these training camps happen, he's gonna get a call. Like,
And where you see his services being used, if you see it.
I'm as of right now, I'm not sure yet. But
Right.
because you know there's a few
Get a
teams.
get a few games under.
Yeah, so you gotta see how it goes. Obviously,
Yeah.
there's teams that have plans. I feel Cam is better than their starting quarterback, but they're good with
Right.
who they have.
Right.
It depends. Like he probably gonna get to like a middle tier team that's like on the brink of going to a playoff run or
Yeah.
making a playoff.
Jacksonville.
They have great.
Basically.
Jacksonville's not on the brink of a playoff run. They're in rebuild.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have full rebuild.
But I think Cam is gonna go to probably one of those tiers. If not, he gets lucky and goes on to a contender that needs a quarterback. Because
Right.
injuries do happen, you know.
True.
If somebody
True.
gets hurt, but
I
he
mean, that's
doesn't
how-
have to wait for injuries. He's talented enough to start, but
Yeah, he's definitely talented enough, but that's how Teddy got his second opportunity with Breeze getting hurt, and he came out there, played similar to how he was playing in the Vikings. So, DQ, bag of trash, Cam being a starting quarterback this next NFL
I'm
season.
going to trash it and
Okay.
bag it. So what I'm going to say is, I'm going to do is, I'm
Here
going to
we
say,
go.
when he
So,
starts to see, he's
Back
not
when
going
I
to
was playing Pee
about time the season starts, he will not be a starting quarterback. But as the season goes on, other quarterbacks fuck up. he's going to take someone's starting job and be kind of started for the rest of the season.
And save
Now,
the team.
you think he's going to take somebody's job or somebody going to get injured and then Cam
He's
going to get picked up?
Either or.
Either or, but he's going to take someone's job.
Yeah. No, it sounds better that he's going to take somebody's job versus somebody getting hurt and then they put Cam in there and shit. So, Kev, what you got? Bag of the trash at Cam starting next year.
Bag it, bro. He's too nice, bro. But my biggest fear might not come to fruition, but I don't want him on the Patriots.
Yeah.
But if they get fed up and they like, bro, we need a competitive person at quarterback.
Yeah.
Him is gonna cook.
So that's the spot that you see him possibly going to?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But he's definitely gonna start this year.
Yeah.
He's gonna cook. As long as he's healthy and the longer he's sitting out, when he comes in, he's gonna come in smoking, bro.
Cam with Belichick though, that shit might be fire.
The chance of
I don't
Cam
like
starting,
it. I'll tell you
I don't
that.
like it.
I don't even want you putting that out there.
Don't put it in the air. Don't even put it out there, man.
Bro,
That's crazy.
That was like Kyrie going to Boston. I'm like, yo, I can't cheer for this thing no more.
you're a clown for that.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, bag of the trash at Cam starting next season.
So I'm going to agree with Johnny a little bit and DQ and a little bit of Kevin. So because this is my segment, I'm going to control it. So ultimately, if I think Cam is going to get the starting job right away, I think if he goes to a team like Jacksonville, they have a pretty big opportunity for Cam to start right away. He can beat out Gardner Minshew. He was my sophomore slump in the last podcast that we did. So yeah, Cam could totally beat him out if there are any mini camps or OTAs going forward after COVID-19. But I think the team that he should go to, realistically, for him to earn his spot. So that's DQ's segment there, so DQ stake there. I think the team that he would best fit in. Think about this: Mike Tomlin and Cam Newton. How good would that be? Ben Roethlisberger's sitting here. We don't know what he's doing. Like I said, I think I brought this up earlier, but
Ben
That'd be a good,
Ben did
matchup.
say after he threw the 5 interceptions against Jacksonville, by the way, when he threw those 5 interceptions against him, he did that like, oh, I don't, maybe I don't have it. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. And again, Ben's had his injury issues, and he has his off the field issues as well. Allegedly, did what he did. But again, think about it. You talk about halfway through the season. Let's say Ben goes down halfway through the season, or let's say 3-4 games into the season. We got a lot of these. Expect to see a lot of injuries this year, especially with COVID-19. Who says that Cam can't step up and be a starting quarterback in the NFL on a Pittsburgh Steelers team?
I mean, that would be dope because he would actually challenge Ben for that position. Ben been having it sweet for a long ass time, and he's been underplaying and underachieving.
But I think that
it's like hit or miss with Ben.
Right. Let's just say, no matter what, just hypothetically, that the Steelers do sign Cam, they're probably going to start Ben because of the relationship with Ben. Yeah. Ben did win him a Super Bowl at some point.
He's not a bad player.
Yeah, no, of course not. And Cam's definitely going to have to work his way to beat out Ben or, again, injuries.
Ben's going to cook this year.
And then to Kev's point, listen to me right now.
Well, Ben's going to cook?
All 30 of you, as Johnny told me, if the New England Patriots sign Cam Newton.
Yeah, I can't root for that man no more.
I'm not going to watch football no more. I won't do it. I can't live another 10 years like this, man. I can't do another decade. I can't have children in the world where the Patriots constantly win and Bill Belichick is going to be like Senator Palpatine, constantly being reborn in the Force Awakens. I can't do it, man. I can't.
Shut up.
It won't be another decade, but it'll probably be another 4 or 5 years.
It's going to be another decade, man. So I'm going to bag the idea that Cam will be a starting quarterback eventually.
That's dope. If I had a pick, I would definitely bag Cam. The league is trying to play you, man. They're trying to blackball you, but you are one of the best and one of the most elite QBs that we got. So stick in there, bro. You're going to be starting somewhere. All right, bag of the trash.
Never forget.
What's that?
Oh, my God.
9/11? What are you talking about here?
Okay,
he's doing this.
Sure.
Okay. Damn.
What the hell he
I'll
talking
never
about?
forget
9/11? Okay.
He said never forget. That's like the slogan.
Oh, right.
The fuck?
Okay.
Why am I the
Yeah,
bad
yeah,
guy
yeah.
here?
How did that become a slogan for 9/11? Everyone says never forget.
Never forget is 9/11.
But okay, so back in the trashy, NBA figuring out a way to have fucking playoffs now. They've been talking about a bunch of different things. Talking about a 16 team bracket right now. They're talking about doing a World Cup style, round robin style, 25 team, 5 groups style.
Fucking cool.
Which is fucking dope for this year.
So cool.
Super dope. So, bag in the trash it. Just DQ. Bag in the trash. NBA World Cup format.
Trashing it.
Trashing it. Why you trashing it?
Because the format is to be simple as hell. Just take the teams who had keep it the same way. Whoever the Western Conference, Eastern Conference. Last 8 teams. But all they got to do is make the series short like they did in the 90s and 80s. They were not playing 7-game series in the 90s and 80s.
Yeah.
The first round was 3 games. Second round was 5 games. Keep it that way, because if they have it like a World Cup style where they got to win on 1 game, and then there's you got to win out that group. The chances are some trash teams may have.
That's the good thing about it. That's the best thing about it. It's like, yo, every game matters.
But then the competitiveness in the finals is going to be horrible.
Nah.
Not really, dude.
Only thing I can see is niggas really getting hurt because they've been so far. I mean, we haven't had sports and they haven't been playing. But in regards, the best team's gonna be there. LeBron them, if they the best, regardless of the setup, they gonna be there. So I just think it mixes up because you don't have the East versus West, so you won't know who like, okay, he's coming out of this, he's coming out of that. But to do a new format based on what we're going through now, like the league ain't. We dealing with COVID, ain't shit the same right now. So let's switch it up for 1 year and get back to the regular shit after this year. Johnny, bag of trash, NBA World Cup format.
I want the NBA to come back, but I'm trashing the format.
All right, John, let's hear it.
Circumstances, like, you know.
And they try to do a play-in for the 7 and 8 seed spot.
Yeah, you know, like, honestly, if they want to do a playing tournament, make it fair for certain teams that have a chance at the AC, you know, give them a chance, because they were still in, it wasn't like it was clear cut.
They was in contention. Yeah.
So that'll be cool, but I just want to see basketball. But I don't know too much. I don't know about adding 2014. 2014 wasn't playoff team, like playoff worthy, you know.
Yeah.
So maybe a good 19 teams in total, maybe 20 teams in total was like in contention to be a playoff team. But other than that, you know, we have the bad teams that have the bad teams. These bad teams out. They didn't do what they had to do this year, so they're a bad team.
All right. Fuck what Jane talked about. Eddie.
Trash.
Bag of trash.
I am bagging this, and I want to just briefly say real quick, if you're the first sports team to put out live sports,
it got to be hot.
This pandemic, but it's going to be the greatest thing in the world, dude. Like, everyone's going to be tuned in. If you're not a basketball fan, you're going to be watching basketball because there's nothing else. If you're not a hockey fan, I'm not a huge hockey fan. We talked about this.
But let that shit start. I'm going to be watching.
I can't wait for this thing to start. I can't wait for it to start. I'm going to watch it through and through. Am I going to watch following seasons? Maybe, maybe not. Depends. But who doesn't love a Cinderella story? I mean, you're talking about a World Cup format.
Let's go, Gretzky.
Yeah. We're talking about a World Cup format here for the NBA. You're talking about more teams. You're talking about more teams coming in. I wasn't a big soccer fan. I wasn't a big soccer fan at all. I could care less about soccer. You used to call them foot fairies because we played football. Football players called soccer players foot fairies, and it was lame until I worked a year in a bar watching the 2010 World Cup, and USA Fever took over the nation.
White Plains was fire.
Yeah, we were a bad team. So how fucking great is that? Is that everyone loves the Cinderella story? You got the USA team beating beating Russia during that Olympics. Everyone loves seeing a 15 seed or 16 seed take out the number 1 seed in March Madness. Like, we love that. We love bracket breakers. We love we love the upsets. We love the stories. Dodgeball is a Cinderella story. Average Joes worked their way up to get to the end. I think it's going to be awesome, dude. I think you're going to basketball will benefit from this if they decide to do this, because again, you're going to get fans that you never had before tune into your sport. Same thing with hockey and baseball. Way to go, dude. Way to go. Way to not take advantage. Stupid idiots.
I mean,
way to go.
I get on baseball side. They worry about. Basketball side, they worry about their bottom line. It'd be fucked up if the Lakers get knocked out by the fucking.
But that would be awesome.
The Hornets or something.
That'd be awesome. How many Hornets fans do you think will be created after that? Michael Jordan would be like, "Hey." It
wouldn't be no fans, but everybody be clowning LeBron ass.
No, of course. Of course.
Who you got?
Twitter will blow up.
Yeah. Bag of trash NBA World Cup format.
Trash it, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Man, you know the ones that like it.
All I want them to do is start the playoffs, bro. That's it. Yeah. Otherwise, trash it.
But there was a lot of teams that was in contention. If they was to just start, then that shit's kind of like fucked up.
They'll be in contention, just get eliminated the first round. That makes no sense.
Listen, this year is tough luck for them, bro.
This year is the year to experiment. Ain't shit else going right.
If you're a sport, you want other viewers.
Wait. Listen,
everyone knows that the NFL is king. Everyone.
Listen. Fuck all that. Start the playoffs. Let them get after it. Let it be over with. It's gonna make the rest of them motherfuckers better. They should have been in the format for the playoffs by this time already. Not scraping the bottom of the barrel. Let that shit take them home and make men out of them, bro.
Kev, can I ask you a question real quick?
Whatever the question is, no.
Are you sure? It's a pretty simple question.
All right, let's hear it.
Do you watch college basketball? Fully?
No.
Do you watch March Madness?
Yes.
March Madness is a beautiful thing.
Okay.
Kev, why is it beautiful, John? Why is it beautiful? Because anything goes. Anybody can win.
Exactly. That's the point.
Format.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
That's a different format.
Kev, do you
World Cup format? It's not March Madness.
Okay, exactly.
March Madness in the NBA.
Kevin Johnny. But listen, do you guys watch soccer? You watch the MLS?
Yeah.
You watch Bundesliga? You watch Bundesliga? You watch La Liga?
Yeah.
Huh? You watch all these soccer formats? No, you don't. I know you fucking don't.
I watch the best soccer league in the world, MLS.
You do? Okay.
As long as I can catch a game, I watch it.
Do you watch the World Cup?
Of course.
Okay. What's more exciting, a regular season soccer game or a World Cup?
NBA playoffs.
I didn't ask you that.
What the fuck are you talking about, bro?
I'm asking you, is that we are more tuned in when there's drama. We are more tuned in when there's
Bro, did you not see LeBron down 3-1 like a few years ago? Bro, drama right
awesome. But in the World Cup format, the Lakers would play.
You want the NBA play March Madness format or World Cup format?
No, World Cup format. That's what we're talking about.
All right, my point is, why are you bringing up March Madness? That's a whole different
my reason for bringing up March Madness is because of the beauty of anybody can win in that format. You never know who's going to come out.
What was that bullshit college in Chicago?
March Madness format, right? The Knicks will finally make the playoffs, and then they could play, right? Give them a chance to
exactly.
Do you, John, Kev, do you think for 30 seconds that the Lakers aren't going to be put with because again, there's no East and West, right? You don't think for a second. You don't think for a second that they're going to put the Lakers. This is their pool. Let's just say hypothetically, it'll be the Lakers, the Hornets. Hold on, let me just find some of the other shitty teams. The Kings and the Pelicans. You don't think that'll be LeBron's pool? For sure it'll be LeBron's pool.
Then they're going to lose to the Pelicans.
He's not going to lose.
It'll sweep them all. But again, LeBron will get there. The best teams will get there. Ultimately, the better teams, the more structured teams, the teams that have the better chance of winning a championship will get there. But it'd be fun if, like, you know, the Knicks snuck in.
Yeah, only thing. That's the only thing. The best teams. The best. Again, the best teams. We already know.
But again, that's the point.
The best.
Man.
We already know the best team's gonna be there. But for one season and one season only, it will give people something different to look forward to.
Right.
And
it'll be one team that everybody will fall in love with.
Whether it's a
one
16 team Sweet 16 March Madness format, whether it's the World Cup format, for this fucked up year we in, we need something different. So I'm not opposed to.
Pretty much, it'll be just a bracket of upsets.
Give me my player. I want
Johnny's being Johnny. He's like, I just want the Lakers to fucking win it all.
It's just gonna be a bracket of upsets because, like, remember
I just
like
want baseball
when Zion was a rookie at
Not gonna happen, Kev.
and
Get to that
they lost
next.
to Virginia. It's gonna be like that.
Yeah. And that would be okay for one season.
Yeah,
but
but quickly, I'm looking at the NBA standings, right? They said they want like a 24 team pool, right?
That makes no sense.
I'm looking at the top 8 teams, right? So I guess they'll take the next couple of teams, right? So make it 24. For West, it'll be Portland, Pelicans, Sacramento, and San Antonio. That'll be 12 for Western, and then East will be
the Wizards, the Hornets, and the Bulls.
And the Knicks. That'll be the other 4. But are they doing it like the next 4 teams seeded, or they're gonna just do all the best seeded teams? So
that we don't know, but let's just speculate hypothetically.
Then we have like all the 14 teams from the West and like 10 teams from the East.
John, you wouldn't be happy if the Knicks knocked out the Bucks?
It's not gonna happen.
Honestly,
funny as shit to watch, but it's not gonna happen.
That'd be funny. That's great.
Honestly, John, I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind it being 14 teams from the West, 10 teams from the East. It don't have to, for this one. And again, I'm just speaking only for this season.
It's all but the thing is,
it'll be harder. It'll be more entertaining.
Might be the season, but they've been trying to implement a playoff chance for longer.
Yeah.
I don't want them to
or they can do this.
Start moving forward like this is a dope idea. No,
are the only ones that want drama.
Or
they can 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days, so we know what drama is.
Or they could do this. They could go to fucking Disney World, right?
That's what
everybody just ride the fucking rides, bro. Fuck this shit. No more NBA for the rest of the
Or what they could do is for the lower teams on the bracket, install like the MLB's wild card rule where they only play one game. And that one game's an elimination game to get into the main bracket pretty much.
Well, that's what they were talking about, that play-in situation where those teams that's close.
I'm saying, but the play-in's another format versus the World Cup format. So
it's definitely different. All right, that's my. I say bag it and say bag it.
I want to see the NBA come back, but
I just want to see ball. And
unless you want to see the Lakers win.
All right, so for the last part, bag of the trash shit. If we get baseball, shit is fucked up. It don't look like it's getting any better. But if we did, hypothetically speaking, bag of trash, Astros, the cheating bastards, making the playoffs. Bag of trash it. Kev, bag of the trash it.
Trash that shit, bro.
Yeah.
Trash that, bro.
Let's go.
Bro, karma's a bitch, bro. At the end of the day.
Two named Precious.
Okay. At the end of the day, bro, like, I can't hate on them. They have the talent, which is even more upsetting to look at it and look at the news and be like, yo, ain't y'all had to cheat, bro?
Right.
Yo, Altuve is a monster, bro. What does he need to know what pitch is coming for, yo?
Yeah. So you get it the walk-off home run against Aroldis Chapman, probably one of the best closers in the MLB, and then tell people not to rip off his jersey because his wife doesn't want to see him.
Yeah, that's fucking trash, too. But
What?
also, Chapman shouldn't have been throwing down the middle of the pipe, bro, and he
throws 103. Can you hit that?
I can't hit that.
But Altuve can, right?
Altuve can smack that shit without.
If he knows it's coming.
What hit Chapman pitch with?
Huh?
What?
Chapman's a righty or lefty?
He's a lefty.
Lefty.
Oh, crack his shit.
Okay.
My point is, trash it, bro, because karma's a bitch, bro. Like, I don't wish nothing on them. They still got a good team, but something's gonna happen like during their season that it's just like, yo, whatever. Or they're gonna make a that wild card game and they're gonna get embarrassed, bro.
Right. All right, Johnny, bag of trash. Astros making the playoffs.
If we have a season,
Yeah, if we have a season.
they do have a good team.
All biasness away.
All
Yeah, I know.
biasness.
All Johnny mess away.
They did
Right.
lose one of their best pitchers. They did lose one of their best pitchers. They lost Cole, obviously the Yankees.
Yeah, and Johnny, who does he play for?
He plays for us, no the Yankees.
Oh, right. No, Kevin,
But-
wrong one.
So
Wrong one, not this one. This one.
so I'll trash it because I feel like if the season starts, I feel like it's gonna be more added pressure. Like it's gonna be different because obviously people want to prove them. They can still prove everybody wrong. You know what I'm saying? But it's just the added pressure. Oh, they cheated. This, that. Everybody's watching them. All the other stuff. I
Yeah,
just
they
feel
definitely
like
gonna have the amount of
it
pressure
might,
on them.
you know, a little. It might be a dive year. If
Right,
MLB's playing, so I'll trash it. I'll trash them. Make
Bro,
it.
whenever baseball come back, yo, pitchers is pegging them, bro.
Yeah.
That's gonna happen a lot
regardless.
too. Yeah.
Regardless. Every
They gonna
game.
have, and they're gonna have to eat that shit. But Eddie, bag of trash. Astros making the playoffs. Put your bias aside.
Yeah, so again, putting my bias aside, I'm going to go ahead and trash it either way. To agree with Johnny here, their coach is suspended indefinitely for the year.
Oh, yeah,
AJ Hinch.
they lost it, yeah.
Right. They lost Garrett Cole playing for the New York Yankees right now. I think baseball never forgets, but also they do have an advantage with COVID-19 and with what's going on in the world right now. That people are starting to just be like, yeah, whatever, who cares? Like, there are more important things going on, obviously, in the world than the Astros cheating at a couple of baseball games. It probably didn't mean anything. They got smoked by the Nationals anyway, so who cares? But I'm going to trash it not only for the reason that all of those losses, but I'm going to trash it because is there going to be a baseball season this year? Again, I talked about this a little bit before. There's been a lot of back and forth. This is supposed to be the biggest week for the MLB right now. Again, this is the week after Memorial Day. If you need a timetable, there's been so much going on with the billionaires versus the millionaires. We talked about this before. Players not being okay with the money that they agreed on. Well, sorry, owners and players agreeing to a certain amount of number, and then now that number being down now because there are not going to be any fans in the stands because of COVID-19. And now the players are proposing a 114 game season or whatever it is that the owners are going to go ahead and just deny. So I think, okay, baseball, please listen to me. I love you. You're my first love in sports. But in a league where you are desperate for fans, in a league where you need people to be entertained, there are guys in this podcast, Dev and Drew. I'm not going to talk about the other guys here because we love baseball as well. They may be like the Yankees more, but we love baseball. You don't want to get into the sport because the sport is behind the times. Right. Again, this is America's pastime, but football rules all. We know this. The NBA is doing much better than you because they take care of their players more than they care about the league. I mean, their logo is a former player. And in the MLB, they're just so old-fashioned. They're all so stuck on their ways, and they refuse to do something. If you don't have a season where the NHL, the NBA, and the NFL, the other four major sports start, and you don't, you have like a lockout season essentially, because this is what it's turning into. It's a lockout. You're going to lose fans, and I don't know if they'll ever come back. I don't think they'll ever. We'll come back.
They're gonna play, ladies and gentlemen. Don't worry about it.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't.
The league stands to lose too much money. They're
I
gonna
can't
just settle,
see it.
and they're gonna play.
The owners don't give a shit. The owners don't care. They can settle and they can get their money back. They don't care. They have insurance. It's the players that have everything to lose, Kev. That's the way we got to see it. This is a capitalist organization. This is a capitalist country. They don't care if they don't play or not. They're going to get their money back, period. That's just the way it's going to be, and it sucks. But well, hopefully there's baseball. I doubt it.
Yeah, hopefully we get back to some type of norm. I personally don't watch baseball until October. That's the only time I'm really watching. Or I'm at a game. When it matters. So that's really what it is for me. But thank you guys for playing Trash in a Bag. Shout out to my bad. You're right. My bad, BQ. Trash in a Bag. Astros making the playoffs.
To me, ever since the Astros moved to American League, that division was built for them to make the playoffs constantly because the AL West is probably the trashiest division of all in the MLB.
I thought you were gonna say the American League, and I was like, shut your National League ass up.
No, this in general. Cause look, if you compare it to every other
No,
division,
you're absolutely right.
they're
You're absolutely
the
right.
worst.
You mean the
Yeah,
NL
you're right.
Central?
You're right.
Ain't
No.
the Astros in the NL Central? Or
No, they're not.
Yeah, they're in
AL West.
They're in the AL
They're in the
West?
West.
They were literally made to make those playoff runs every year because when they were in the National League West with that extra team, they
No,
barely did
it
shit.
was in the NL Central though. That's why I was confused. It was in the NL Central.
Yeah, so when they moved to the AL West, their only people in the division is the Rangers, the Mariners, the A's, and the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. They
Yeah,
were
they're trash.
made
Who?
to
Name one good team there.
exactly. So they were made to make the playoffs every year.
Bro, that shit.
They-
So
They
are
could
you
be
bagging,
losing to
it or trashing it?
I'm bagging it.
Okay. You bagging it.
Okay.
Yeah. Based on the division, he's bagging it and making the playoffs. Makes sense.
Yankees
They're in
be
the track.
stressing me, bro.
If
They
you the best-
never losing.
And again,
Only two real
Okay.
competitive divisions in the MLB are the both East division teams.
Yeah.
Those two,
What's competitive about the NL East besides the Phillies and the Nationals?
no, every year you're never really a sure shot who's going to come out that
I
division.
got them started. I'm sorry.
Didn't the Braves win like a good 10 years?
No, the Braves did go on a
In the
little bit of a
90s,
run.
they were, but now, the past 10 years, it's never been consistent.
Yeah.
Again, if
All
you're in
right.
the trash division and you're actually a good team without cheating, there's a possibility of them still making it, but they still some fucking cheaters. Nobody's wishing them the best. So I don't even watch baseball, but fuck them. All right, and that's bag it or trash it. Shout out to Eddie for the news.
Oh, and on top of that,
Yeah. You're welcome.
The fact that they changed the center field thing, that was a big help for them too. They changed them changing the dimensions of their field. Remember, the center field was 410.
Oh, right.
And they pushed it in, so that's definitely good. Now it's more of a hitting ballpark now. So even if
They call that triple alley or whatever they call it. Yeah. Anytime that ball goes in there, it's a triple automatic.
Well,
Yo, you know it's a real good hitting ballpark that's disguised as if it's not?
The Yankee
Bro.
Stadium.
Fenway, bro.
Oh, Fenway, easy, yeah.
Bro, when
Yeah.
I went in the Fenway for the first time, I'm like, yo, that outfield dead center looks way further on TV. That shit is not, bro.
They're short.
the way they built it is kind of like
The
right
longest
field.
park in their ballpark is right field, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Bro,
in the wall doesn't really make a difference because you can
Not
But
at
lefties
all.
have it hard. And
All right,
also righties have it hard
we-
because of left field.
we moving from this shit. That was bagging the trash
Yeah.
shit. Shout out to Eddie for the coming up with it. We might use it again, depending on how
Maybe.
I feel. I might say fuck this and just
Yeah, okay.
do what I've
It
been
went on
doing.
a little too
Listen.
long. I'm sorry.
No, it didn't go long. Y'all niggas just talk a lot. But we gonna get into star bitch cut.
cut.
Star bench cut. Y'all seen us play it. I give them 3 players. Who you starting, who you benching, who you cutting. We're going to get right into it. Johnny, I'm going right to you first.
This shit was
Bench
cake.
cut.
Yeah, easy.
Stephen Curry. Steve Nash. Chris Paul. Who you starting, who you benching, who you cutting.
This is so tough, but I'm starting Curry, benching CP3, and I'm cutting that.
Yeah.
Ooh, John?
True basketball here there because I did that knowing that some of you sucker ass niggas would probably do my nigga Chris Paul dirty when he's probably arguably
the best point guard.
competing with the best point guard we done had in a long ass time. But
Yeah.
Chris Paul's one of the greatest point guards ever.
so Johnny, you a smart man. Kev, start, bench, cut.
I'm starting Steph.
Uh-huh.
I'm benching Nash, and I'm cutting CP3.
New York did eat Nash. We're gonna pick that.
Oh, and my
Listen.
main reason for that is they're both amazing at assists, but Nash's assists
Nash is a great
filthy,
player.
bro.
Yeah.
Nash is a great player.
Yeah.
Filthy.
I agree.
And I'm a player that
Yeah.
scores mostly off of assists. Well, not so much anymore because I got
Eddie
But-
was started.
Yeah,
Nash.
no. Like if you're passing the ball, most people score off assists. You know that, right?
Yo, all I'm saying is that was my heart.
Yeah. I mean, no disrespect to Steve Nash, great player, great point guard. Eddie, who you got? Start, bench, cut.
Yeah. So everyone knows my basketball background. So
Eddie
this was
think
pretty.
Lack thereof.
Eddie think he
Yeah.
on the Anglo side, so he gonna start Steve Nash and shit.
No, I'm gonna start Curry because he's
the babyface assassin.
He's the babyface assassin. We have the same skin complexion. He might be a little lighter than me.
Might be a little bit lighter than you, bro.
Yeah. But I based this off of one thing and one thing only. Curry, 2-time MVP, 2-time NBA champ. That's my starter. So I'm gonna go ahead
and he got the rings.
I'm gonna go ahead and bench Steve Nash.
Okay.
For one reason only. Kevin touched on this earlier. Steve Nash, 2-time MVP, 5-time all-leading in assists.
On Kobe.
Okay, yeah. Okay, all right. We're not talking about Kobe, John. Calm down. And the only reason why CP3 made my bench, even though I love him, first of all, you didn't come to Knicks when you said you were going to with Melo.
Well, you cut.
I'm cutting CP3.
Okay.
Because you didn't come to the Knicks with Amari and Melo.
You played it with the Lakers.
You made that promise. You said you were going to come, and you didn't. But also, just look this up. 0 MVPs, dude.
This was the one MVP in 2008. They robbed them without.
Right, and then again,
Kobe
it was like that whole like
CP wouldn't get robbed. The chain reaction happened.
Yeah, but CP3 again, I'm not going to discredit him. He's a 4-time leader in assists as a point guard. I don't give a shit how many points you score. I don't care how many championships you win. It's really all about leading the offense and facilitating and making sure that the guys around you are better. But unfortunately, again, this was really, really hard for me. I like CP3. I think he's one of the best point guards that I've ever seen in my life. But I have to cut him because of Nash and Curry.
Got you. DQ, what you doing?
I am starting the god CP3 because he's the best point guard in the league. I don't care what anyone says. Steph Curry, I'm putting on the bench because simply he stretches the floor, which makes him like a threat at any moment. And I feel that Steve Nash his MVPs weren't well deserved for those years for stat wise compared to like LeBron that year and other players in the league. So I'm cutting it.
No, that makes sense. And CP3 supposed to went to LA and won him a few rings, but they played them boys.
Nash stats was actually better the second year.
So
the second MVP than the first one.
I'm gonna start CP3, and I ain't doing the rest of the shit. But I'm starting CP3. All right, get into the next one.
Next segment is cake, bro.
Next one. Since you said that, we'll start with you, Cam. We're doing pitchers. We got Justin Verlander, Randy Johnson, and Roger Clemens. Start, bench, cut. What you got?
I'm obviously starting Randy Johnson, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
He's a legend. He's the slider king.
The big unit.
My boy killed a bird with a slider, bro.
Yeah, it's wild. Didn't kill it, exploded it.
To you fans of us that subscribe, make sure you watch Randy.
Dev, add that clip.
Okay, no, add it. I got it.
Bird mid-air, bro.
Yeah.
Like, anyway, right?
That bird committed suicide.
Obviously, I'm benching Roger Clemens.
Uh-huh.
The obvious reason for that is fantastic player. He got the Yankees. He helped us get 2 championships.
Easel and shit.
You didn't help him get
I'm
more?
surprised.
No.
I'm surprised.
Nah, it was only 2. I looked it up too. It was only 2 between 99 and 03. And we only won 99 and 2000. Almost a 3-peat, but we know what happened.
Start taking them shots in the ass.
Obviously, I'm cutting Verlander. Not to discredit him as the player overall. He's nasty. He's nice, but he's a cheater. The one chip that he has is a fraudulent chip.
I had to take on
Should
that.
have 2. Technically, should have 2.
Should have 2, whatever. And
his girl was bad though. Oh my, okay, you can't cut him that.
Kate Upton.
Bro.
She just got big tits. That's it.
Yeah,
She,
got them knockers.
Yo, what's wrong with that?
yeah, that's all she got.
But in comparison to the other 2, like Come on, bro. You only got 2 Cy Young awards. I don't know how many Johnson has. I didn't look that up. But Clemens has 7 Cy Youngs, bro. Come on.
Yeah. Now Clemens is that guy. I will keep pumping you up.
Verlander, you're a cheater, bro. I don't care if you're not out there hitting. You're a cheater.
Yeah.
Bro. New.
All right, John. Start
Okay.
bench cut. Who you got?
All right. I'm gonna start Roger Clemens. Was a stint with the Yankees, but let it be known there's asterisk to him because the cheating hasn't been proven yet, but he's been accused. And Roger Clemens he does give me the Lance Armstrong vibes.
Right.
Clemens?
His name, yeah. Remember y'all remember he filed
yeah.
suit. Like it was he was doing the court.
Yeah, it was a big thing.
It gives me all the Bill Clinton vibes.
So I don't know.
Cheating. You ain't trying to win.
Cheating, but I don't know if he cheated or not. But from what I seen, he played great, helped Yankees win. So then after he left the Yankees, played good on the Astros. So, but I'm gonna start Roger Clemens.
Right.
My bench Randy, another great pitcher, and I'm gonna cut Verlander.
Yeah. It's just like that, simple like that.
Yeah, start bench cut.
All right. Eddie.
It could change if evidence comes out and proves.
Right.
It's just accusations till now.
Got you. Eddie, start bench cut. What you got? Verlander.
Yeah, you put all us Yankee fans in a fucking weird predicament because we did have the big unit and Roger Clemens on our team, and we hate Verlander. Why do we hate Verlander?
He was part of the team that
touched on it a little bit, but yeah, he didn't cheat, Kev. It was really
Randy Johnson came to the Yankees at the end of his career, right?
At the end of his career, yeah. He had a 2-year stint. Correct me if I'm wrong, John.
I think so.
I could probably look it up, but
like ring chasing. He was trying to get a ring real quick.
No foul, no shit.
Right.
No, I'm saying with the Yankees, he was trying to. You know how everybody come to the Yankees to try to get that last chance.
I believe he came after 2009. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys.
No, it was 0506.
Yeah, it was early.
Before that.
Yeah,
it's 0506.
So I'm just going to go straight numbers. Randy Johnson, 303 wins, 166 losses, a 3.29 ERA, over 4,800, almost 5,000 strikeouts. Justin Verlander, 225 wins, 129 losses, a 3.3 ERA career. This is just in the regular season, by the way, guys. 3,000 strikeouts. Roger Clemens, 328 wins, 164 losses, a 3.12 ERA with over 4,000 strikeouts. Kev, he had 7 Cy Youngs to Randy Johnson's 5 and to Justin Verlander's 2. I don't like Justin Verlander. I don't respect you. You left the Detroit team that sucked, and you go and you play for the Astros.
And you cheat.
Did he win a World Series with Detroit?
Yeah.
Oh,
he didn't win a championship.
The White Sox, didn't they?
Yeah, they lost. Exactly. So you go ahead, finally get your ring with the fucking Astros, the cheating Astros, even though you didn't cheat. They cheated. It's fine. He turned it up to another gear. So
bro, that whole team
up,
cheated, bro.
I don't care that Clemens cheated. I know I'm contradicting myself.
The ball boy is on that team. He's a cheater too, bro.
I'm starting Clemens. I'm benching Randy. And I am cutting Verlander. Suck it.
All right. That's DQ.
I am starting Randy Johnson because I went to a Subway Series game and I see him like 20 feet away. That nigga's hella tall and hella nice.
Right.
I'm benching Verlander just because. And
You're not a Yankee fan.
I'm cutting Roger Clemens because he tried to murder my fucking favorite player.
Yeah, he almost killed Mike Piazza, son.
Yeah, he did.
I dare Mike Piazza to start with Clemens again.
And then on top of that, when he was at the pitching, they was on the same All-Star game team together. He was being a little bitch, not pitching them down the plate niggas. And then he did it. He tried to do it twice. Then threw a broken bat at him.
Yeah,
like,
because he was being a bitch. And Mike Piazza, low key, I'm not gonna say it.
Mike Piazza will wash you, bro.
I'm not gonna say it.
Italians show out for Piazza. You better chill.
I'm not gonna say it. He's Sicilian, right? He's not Italian. Sicilians don't say they're Italian. Sicilians say they're Sicilian.
Yeah. Sicilians also don't say they black either. Y'all black, all right?
Y'all black. Yeah. Sicilians, y'all
So,
black.
tell him, Kim. All right, moving on. Bench,
Dickheads.
star bench cut. We're going NFL tight ends. We got Tony Gonzalez, Antonio Gates,
God.
and Gronk. DQ. We're going to start with you.
This one
Start
was,
bench cut. Tony Gonzalez, Antonio Gates, Gronk.
know who I'm cutting.
I am starting Tony Gonzalez because his jersey is fucking fire. I am benching Gronk because I hate the Patriots, but he is one of the only football players to be 24/7 champion in WWE. And I'm cutting Antonio Gates because I don't know who that is.
Okay, Antonio Gates is that guy. Antonio Gates is that guy.
Man, that's bench-worthy fucking comment, but we're gonna let him ride. He don't like football. He don't like football.
Because he ain't into the sport. Now, if he would have said, "Hey, Antonio Gates, didn't he play for the Redskins or some shit like that?" Then I would have benched his ass. Now, if it was a Drew moment, we would have benched him. We're gonna let you rock. All right. Ed, who you got? Star bench cut.
Cool. So more stats. Sorry, guys. I'm a big stat guy. And again, shorter career for Gronk here. So you got Tony Gonzalez over.
Gronk about to play
15.
another 6 years, bro.
Yeah, that's what they say, but who knows? And again, he's playing for the Bucks, and they suck. So Tony Gonzalez, who I thought was Spanish, by the way. By the way, he's not Spanish. He's Cape Verdean and Scottish. What? So shout out Perry DeCanto if you're listening. Yeah. Cape Verdean, Jamaican, and Scottish.
He's black.
His mom was Scottish. His mom is Cape Verdean. I'm sorry, his dad is Cape Verdean and Jamaican.
He's black.
I always thought he was Spanish.
He's black.
He's black, dog, and he's black, and he's back.
Over 15,000 yards. Antonio Gates over 11,000 yards. Gronk 7,000 yards. We're talking about touchdowns. 111 for Tony Gonzalez. Antonio Gates beat him out at 114, and Gronk only 76. The big difference here: Gronk got 3 rings. The rest of them, 0. But there is no Gronk without Gates, and there is no Gates without Gonzalez. So Tony Gonzalez is my starter. Gates is on my bench, and Gronk, I love you. You missed the free throw in high school to keep the score at 69 because you're a fucking frat boy, and I love my just fucking football fucking douchebags. And even though I hate the Patriots, I love me some Gronk. But eventually you'll probably be on my bench. But for now, I'm going to cut you.
All right, Kev. Star bench cut.
So this was hard for me because I like to not be biased to the sport that I love the most. So be upset with me or not, I chose and picked out of the 2 legends. One of them got cut, and I did cut Gates. Only because of the stats. And I mean, Tony Gonzalez was the trendsetter.
Right.
I mean, I feel
he's a trendsetter from the Miami tight end.
Bro,
there is no Kelsey, there is no Kittle,
he exploded the game, bro, like ridiculously. And yeah, I bench Gronk. Like, I actually like Gronk. It's like there's only three things like about Boston that like I actually liked for the last few years. And
white women and what else?
Crab cakes, white women, and Gronk.
Sam Adams Brewery. Sorry,
right,
not trying to plug you. Not trying to plug you.
What you mean, the Pawtucket Brewery?
Yeah. Listen, Kev,
whatever.
They don't pay us yet. Don't ever shout out another company ever again.
Anyway, and the other thing was Gronk. He's actually a beast. Like, you just look at him on TV and you're like, bro, how is he not cheating, bro? Like, he's big as hell. He's a douchebag. I played with more than enough of them.
He's a football player.
Yeah, word. And actually, Boston, your city, is a very nice city.
Kev, doesn't Gronk remind you of Alex Offmer? Like, big Alex Offmer vibes? Yeah.
Definitely.
Alex Offmer's the guy we went to high school with. Who cares?
Got you. All right, John.
That's it for me.
Star bench cut. John is starting Gronk.
I'm starting Gronk.
Obviously.
Starting Gronk. I'm Benching
Tony.
and
Yeah, I
Antonio Gates is great. Like, is great, but I would take.
But we talking like skill. You think Gronk is a better tight end than Tony?
I think so.
All around.
I know. Tony skill. I think skillfully. I think Tony is a better skill, overall skill wise than Gronk.
Tony's a better route runner than Gronk.
And I think just based on the times, the
Right.
game evolved so.
Gronk.
No,
really
regardless,
great,
Tony's a better route runner.
Gronk 6'7". He's a much more of a red zone threat than Tony. Tony better, probably better route running, better receiver.
Yeah.
Gronk's that red zone threat. Like, you throw up the Gronk's not much you could do.
But that's how it was with Tony. That's all he did was throw it up.
Yeah,
Tony was like a receiver, throw it up high. Ain't nobody jumping with him.
Tony is one of the greatest, one of the greatest tight ends, football players ever. But
yeah.
What year was that the Chargers should have won it all because LaDainian scored 30 touchdowns in a season? What year was that?
That was in the mid 2000s somewhere.
They should have won that year. Antonio was cooking too.
Antonio, yeah,
Johnny,
that's what I'm saying.
Johnny, is your take done? Because I didn't want to hear you pipe smoke another fucking Patriots player. So
Gronk plays for Bucks. I don't know what you're talking about.
yeah.
But
y'all see Johnny's Buck jersey back there?
Yeah, but Antonio Gates has been, he's been in the league long. He's been consistent, but when he was prime, he was more of a threat. Tony Gonzalez was a trendsetter. He's more of what the modern tight end is now.
He's the trendsetter.
Gronk is just I don't know. Gronk is just a hybrid, and he's 6'7", so it's
right.
Yeah.
John, who'd you start? Sorry, I totally ignored you.
Started Gronk, Tony on the bench.
Cut Antonio.
Oh, we're fucking legends, dude. Legends.
All right.
Give me Gronk.
All right, that's start bench cut. If I had to pick, I would be starting Tony. I will be Gronk and bench. Putting Gronk on the bench and then cutting Gates. Gates is great, but
you said I'd be Gronk and bench.
Chill.
But Dev, who's your all-time favorite tight end of all time? Period.
Y'all already know who the greatest of all time.
I just want to hear you say it.
Starting Vernon Davis, benching Vernon Davis, and then cut Gronk. If that was the case.
Yeah.
That was a really good tight end.
Vernon used to be hurdling niggas, man. That's my guy. I gotta play like him. But we moving on. Start bench cut. That's the end of that. We're gonna get into Fab 5 on this episode 7. We're talking Fab 5 dopest or iconic jerseys to you. Now, we all got our own spin when it comes to jerseys, what we like, why we like it, why we feel it's iconic, whether we think it's just a dope look. We're doing our top 5 jerseys. Is everybody ready? Y'all got y'all list. 5 to 1. Like always, we're going to go around 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and giving our top jerseys. No matter what sport it is, basketball, baseball, football, NHL, hockey, soccer, whatever you got, we're doing our top 5. So first.
Can I just say, this is my favorite topic. This is my favorite segment. I love
Fab
this.
5, I have fun with Fab 5.
Yeah.
Fab 5 is dope.
What the fuck up?
That's what's up. So let's get to this 5. Eddie, kick it off. At number 5, what you got?
My number 5 will be the United States men's soccer team. Even though they suck, we talked about this earlier, but the fever around the World Cup is awesome to me. But the creamsicle ones, the ones that look like the ice cream pop,
Right.
the blue, the white, and the red.
That's
I had
fine.
that jersey though. That was the first jersey.
Jerseys.
That is fine.
Yeah, that was the first jersey I bought for the United States men's soccer team. So that's my number 5.
Okay, that's dope. USA always got some fire jerseys, though.
Always love them. They suck,
Always,
but
yeah, always fire. All right, Kev, number 5, what you got?
Because of Michael Jordan growing up, I always had the black and red Bulls jersey.
Yeah.
That's the toughest out of the Bulls.
The pinstripe one?
Yes,
The pinstripe one?
bro.
Yeah.
That's my number 4.
Swaggy.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
fire
if
jersey.
somebody has your shit, just say it.
Yeah, just
Chances-
don't be
Yeah, it's
don't be
okay.
switching your
It's
list
okay.
because other people got it. Nigga, they ain't your two
Yeah,
lists.
yeah,
chances are we might have the same shit.
This is
Yeah,
how
that's-
you
You
feel.
know, it
This
happens.
is how
Inside, right here.
This how this shit go. Don't change your list because it's on somebody else's list. It's your list.
My list
That's
is
true
What
to
are
you.
doing?
All right, so DQ at number 5. What's your jersey, bro?
I have the Vic Falcons jersey.
Which color?
That
OG.
was my honorable
The red-
mention.
the
red.
The
Yeah.
red joint? Yeah, the red was fire.
Yeah, Kev definitely said red so quick because Kev loves that jersey.
You
Bro,
had
it's
a,
on his list.
did you have a Pro Fit or you had the
I don't
Nike?
got it on my list.
I told you he had the backpack. He had it all, man.
Yeah.
He used to practice in that jersey.
All right,
Word.
John, at number 5, what you got?
Word.
My number 5 is the Mighty Ducks jersey for the Anaheim Ducks.
Oh, John!
That's
Damn.
number
Back
5.
to
Yeah.
That's good.
several.
Piggy.
Good job, John.
Damn, piggybacking off John. Number 5, Anaheim Ducks is my number 5.
Wow. Good
Yeah.
shit, guys.
All
I
have
didn't-
on my
Both of
list.
you.
Yeah, I didn't
I'm
fuck with
proud of both of
hockey.
you.
Mighty Ducks put me
I'm
on.
not gonna lie, but how
Jersey
you got some
was
fire
fire.
jerseys though?
Yeah, but when I saw that Ducks jersey, I'm like, this shit is tough. The green jersey.
We're about
Yo.
to cop one right now.
Yeah.
That's
Fuck
the
it.
great five
Man,
spots.
it's-
I need to get me a hockey jersey.
Yo, I need to give me one too. But yo, number 5, definitely John. You a smart nigga, bro. Number 5, Anaheim Ducks. Eddie, what you got at number 4? I can't hear you. Can't hear you. Can't hear you.
You're not,
Yeah,
you're not making
yeah.
noises.
Fucked up over here, bro.
Can't hear you. No.
No mas, nigga.
No.
He
All right,
said
so-
move on.
All right, we're going to get to somebody else. We'll come back to Ed. Kev, who you got at number 4?
Number 4, I think, was an obvious choice. My man Vince Carter, the purple and black Raptors jersey,
Pinstripe, no pinstripe.
pinstripe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good jersey.
Yeah, that's a
You
fire
even had
jersey.
the one with the purple and the black in the back. That was a
Right.
good
That's a good one too.
Nah, that is a tough.
When they changed the jersey, I was pissed. They took the black out
Yeah.
the jersey. I was pissed.
Yeah. The jerseys now is just basic as fuck. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even
that's
the
a lot
lettering
of,
is blocked.
I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of honorable mentions. It was tough for me to come.
Can
up
we
with
do
one.
like pick our worst jersey out this list? Like this one word.
Am I
we can
back?
do a worst jersey list.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do a Fast Five worst jerseys.
Yeah,
Yo,
yeah.
Another segment.
Yeah.
Top
So-
of the worst
Oh
jerseys
my
list.
god.
Top of the worst jerseys list
I'm
is the
changing
old
my-
Tampa Bay Bucks like creamsicle looking jersey.
Yeah, that's an ugly ass
Yeah,
jersey.
that's just
But-
gross.
So,
It's
but
bad.
Kev, what you say your 4 was again?
My 4 was the Raptors purple and black jersey.
Old school.
Yeah,
Okay.
old school, it's a throwback.
Yeah. That's a fire jersey. All right,
So,
Eddie, you good?
Caliente.
I'm good. Can you guys hear me? Am I back?
You good?
Back.
Nice.
So, number 4, what you got?
My number 4 is the old school New York Titans gold on blue jerseys. The Jets wore that every once in a while. That's the Jets' former colors.
Oh,
Yeah, that's an ugly ass jersey, man.
I don't care. I'm a Jets fan. I'm biased.
What you said, the Titans jersey?
Yeah,
The
Titans
the
jersey,
navy,
gold-
the
gold-
navy
I got
blue
it.
with the
the navy
gold.
blue.
I just
Yeah,
That shit is
yeah.
ugly.
I just
Pull it
don't
up,
be
you'll see
listening
it.
when
I
you
love
be
it.
talking sometimes, but yeah,
Yeah,
those
that's
jerseys
a-
are
Ugly. All right,
Love
that's an
those.
ugly ass jersey.
they
I
I love
dull.
those. Fuck you
AD,
guys.
I'm sorry. DQ, what you got at number 4?
Number 4, I have the Bulls alternate jersey.
The Bulls, which one?
1996, 97, the pinstripe one.
Oh yeah, that was Kev's number 5.
It was either between that one or
Yeah.
the black, not the pinstripe, but the pinstripe is fire. Because
Yeah.
had the gold NBA emblem on it.
Right. Fire jersey. Everybody had. I used to have my Champions version of that shit when them shits was like $20 at Walmart.
Yeah, my
$20 at Marshalls and shit.
My mom refused to give me a Jordan jersey because he switched number to 45. I was pissed. She refused to give me a jersey because he switched his number. She wanted 23 only. Like,
That
he
shit
changed his
only
number.
happened for a couple of days and shit.
Yeah, I'm saying, but like she still wouldn't give me. Like, I want the 45 one.
Oh, I got you. All right, John, what you got at number 4?
At number 4 was tough. It was tough. I'm going with the 76ers two tone. It says filler in red.
Oh,
I
yeah,
hate
no,
that jersey.
Yeah.
Red on the bottom, the two tone.
Right.
That's my number 4.
The
There's
Sixers
a
and
lot of
Rockets fucked up.
jerseys I want to put on this
Yeah.
list, but Sixers
Yeah,
got a
that's-
couple of good jerseys too, though.
But those wide sleeve jerseys, I hate it. That started a horrible trend. Those probably next to the short sleeve jerseys, worst thing ever.
Yeah.
I can
Those
like
wide-
short sleeve jerseys.
No, those wide jerseys though.
Hated them.
Yo, I hate them shit so bad, man.
The Rockets had them shits too.
Yeah. Okay, so speaking of the Rockets, at number 4, I got Houston Rockets blue with the Rocket with the pinstripe with Steve Francis was that guy.
The pinstripe jerseys are always gonna be fire on every team.
Yeah, so fire ass jersey. Shout out to my nigga Stevie Franchise. But yeah, that's my number 4. All right, number 3, Kev, what you got?
The Vice City Miami jersey.
Yeah. Those is
I
thought about
that was my number 5. I had to
Almost
switch it out. Yeah, that Vice City.
Almost there.
That colorway is fire. They always,
that's a dope colorway.
yeah, that colorway is dope. Eddie, what you got at number 3?
My number 3 is all of this Seattle Supersonics jerseys. I don't know, man. I used to pick them on NBA Jam all the time. I don't know why. I guess I like the color green. I liked all their colors. Unfortunately, they're not a team anymore, but every single one of them, I thought they were great.
Yeah,
that
the
purple
90s
jersey
mostly
from '97 was fire though.
Yeah, 90s just had some 90s jerseys just were fire in the
And the
NBA,
pist.
man.
Oh, I know what my number 3 is now.
All right, so
Niggas making up his list as we go.
don't worry. Number 3, DQ.
I just had to change my number 3 because I had to fit this in. This based on what you just said with the '90s jersey, it's that Grant Hill Pistons jersey, the blue joint. Oh my god, I love that.
Yeah,
shit.
with the horse on it.
Yes,
yeah,
fire.
that shit is fire. Tough ass jerseys in the 90s, man. I got a bunch of honorable mentions. I had to debate this list like for real, cause
Oh yeah, we're gonna go through honorable
especially when it comes to the
mentions, there's a lot.
NBA. NBA is for the coaching.
Yeah.
They be doing some dope shit with the jerseys. All right, John, number 3, what you got?
Number 3, I have the Toronto Raptors original Dino jersey.
Yeah,
Dino? Yeah, that's honorable.
honorable almost made my list too. All right, my number 3, and it's not really because it's a dope jersey. It's an iconic jersey. So I got number 3, Yankees pinstripes. That's my number 3.
That's a good pick.
Just showing just because the legend behind that shit. So
That's a good pick.
I got the Yankees at number 3 on my list. All right, number 2, Kev, what you got?
The best jersey in football ever.
Damn, Kev, you and I are on the same. Man, it's like we know
It's
each other
the
our whole lives.
Chargers powder
It's like
blue.
we've known each other our whole lives.
That's a good jersey. That almost made my
Powder
list, too.
blues.
Yeah. Nah, that was
And-
probably.
And I'm a grown ass man. I don't got no problem with saying it. That's my second favorite color after red. I don't know why. It's just,
All right.
Now, powder blue is a real good color.
Hey, man, look, for a minute I wasn't wearing powder blue. I was like, yo, this shit is.
and this is another this is another time to remind people that I had powder blue Timbs at some point.
Don't say it.
But one of my favorite colors now is
Powder blue is a good
it's
color.
like the powder blue Tiffany blue. Yo, I love how that shit look like. Yo, I can imagine those powder blue
Swaggy.
Timbs. Yo, them shits probably was super fire.
Oh my god, bro, they was too fire.
That's a dope jersey. All right, Ed, you got a number 2.
I'm about to just buy a new pair of those.
Again, I was talking to Kev, and I know we mentioned his powder blue fucking Tim's back in high school, but my number 2 is that, and again, we've known each other for a really, really long time. So my number 2 is the powder blue Chargers. I mean,
all right,
come on, dude, they're great.
That's fire. All right, DQ, what you got at number 2?
Number 2 is the Mets black jersey, black
Oh
orange
boy,
blue jersey.
here we fucking go.
That's
Fuck
mad.
out of here.
It's mad bland.
No, it's not. The jersey is fire.
Now the black ones are nice. I will say the black ones are nice.
Talking about when David Wright and Jose Reyes is playing that black
No,
one?
the Piazza black.
He's talking about the
Piazza.
Piazza blacks.
Yeah.
Yep. Those are good.
They pinstripes look better, but all right.
Boo!
All right,
That
John,
sucked.
what you got at number 2?
My number 2 is Yankees pinstripes. That was my number 2.
Wow, John, number 2. Really?
Yes.
Wow.
My
Yeah,
number
we.
2.
I figured he would have them somewhere up there.
Only team not changed the
I'm not gonna
jersey
lie,
in 100 years.
I try to fit some football jerseys into my list, but it just didn't work out.
Yeah,
NBA jerseys, and I was trying to I was trying to get covered like all sports, but
at first I had an all NBA list because for some reason the NBA just like they always.
I thought that's what we were doing.
Yeah.
Like, so we could have totally done an entire list of just NBA jerseys.
Yeah, we could have. Because the NBA, they always have had the trend when it comes to the like the jerseys and shit.
Right.
But so my number 2 though is the Phoenix Suns, 90s, Charles Barkley. Purple with the sun coming across.
Honorable mention. So
the black ones is fire too.
The black ones with the white, that whole style, that whole aesthetic. Super fire.
Fun fact: the Suns are the only team where you can flip the name backwards and still spell Suns.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna get into number 1. Number 1, Kev. On your 5-5, who is number 1 as the greatest jersey?
Don't say it, Kev.
This shit is cake, bro.
The Giants.
What am I doing this for, bro? The pinstripes, baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's number 1. What is we talking about?
Yep.
Any place you go in the world, you see pinstripes. Even if you see pinstripes on a shirt, you fuck around and think that shirt is a Yankee jersey from a mile away. You be like,
I ain't doing that shit.
You a hater, bro.
Yeah, because you're a Mets fan,
and again, and you liable to anywhere in the world to see a Yankees hat or a Yankees jersey, like.
And that's why when I went to that Subway Series game, that foreign dude was cheering like his ass off the entire game, and he lost. He tore it. Cause he had this niggas wearing a Kiss jersey, so I was flaming this nigga, and he took his shit off and threw it on the ground. I was laughing my ass off that day. But whatever, that's neither here nor there.
All right, but I figured that'd be number 1 on your list. Okay, it makes sense. Eddie, number 1. What you got?
Yeah, again, it sucks. It's so frustrating. We hate each other. We love each other. We're like brothers, but we have the same 2, and we have the same 1. The New York Yankees pinstripes is my number 1.
Like, what are we talking about?
Y'all so cute.
I mean,
I wish I had a friend like y'all.
Nah, but I'll be honest. Those are the most classic, most iconic, like
100%.
jerseys.
Yeah.
I do kind of like the away jerseys a little bit more, just like on a
I like the gray
wearing.
Like I can't say I do. I prefer the gray jerseys and the pinstripes.
Yeah,
but pinstripes is so iconic because like they mostly say like when a new player comes to the team, it's very like, oh yeah, like Giancarlo Stanton finally
It's
earned
an honor to wear the pinstripes.
It's like earning your pinstripes is a thing.
Yeah.
Which Giancarlo you have not earned yet, sir.
No, you have not. Yeah. Not that you're listening, but you haven't earned them yet. Work harder. Stop striking out.
No, stop benching all that weight. Hurting yourself,
yeah,
bro.
True that.
All right, DQ. What you got at number 1?
My number 1 is the Orlando Shaq Diesel jersey.
Yeah, the pinstripes. Again, more pinstripes in this.
Well,
Yeah, it's weird. All the best jerseys have pinstripes in it for some reason. It's weird. It's
a lot of pinstripes on this list.
I guess aesthetically, the pinstripes make the jerseys pop a lot, especially with the Bulls jersey, the Magic jersey, stuff like that. Because that hint of the extra color.
That pinstripe is fire.
He said, extra color just makes it.
I snap my fingers.
Nah.
Here, though.
Hey, John, number 1. Who you got?
My number 1
is the purple and gold. The purple and gold. I know, John.
Yeah.
I thought you said this one would be his favorite Lakers jersey.
Now you talking.
Those are one of my favorite
Showtime Lakers.
Yes.
Now you talking.
That's a great jersey.
You talking
Showtime
90s.
Tank
top style. Showtime.
Are you talking about the
I'm talking
Kobe
or
Kobe Lakers? Oh, okay.
Or Shadow number 1?
Which Kobe? 8 Kobe or 24 Kobe jerseys? Because there's 2 different jerseys.
8 is fire.
Same thing, but it developed when Kobe and his last year's 8, that's when they added the weight Sunday unit.
Right. Yeah.
81 jersey is fire.
Yeah.
The white, yellow with the little yellow and the purple in it. But Lakers purple and gold. All time, Kobe got red, purple and gold, baby.
I know you fellas too well, man. But we spoke about pinstripes a lot on this list. My number 1, 2 has pinstripes, and it is that Shaq Diesel, that Penny Hardaway, that pinstripe Orlando Magic's jersey.
Dev, I thought you were gonna go White Sox pinstripes, the bootleg pinstripes.
No.
You're from Chicago.
So I don't care about baseball.
I don't know, man. I just thought, I was like, wow, I'm really impressed.
No.
Nah, Dev grew up a Cubs fan.
That didn't happen either.
No. Honorable mentions, because I want to rattle them off.
All right, so I'll go first.
You got Vancouver Grizzlies jersey. I'm going to just throw that out there.
The Utah Jazz jersey.
Utah Jazz jersey.
The Nuggets jersey, Melo Nuggets jersey.
The powder blue Nuggets jersey, the road jersey, the powder blue.
Oh yeah, with the rainbow flag.
This offshoot Nets jersey is fire to me.
Not that one,
That's
but
just trash.
No, that was nice too.
Look like a kid.
Okay,
that one.
can I go?
The
60s Eagles. The White Sox were just said SOX socks.
Oh
Those
yeah,
are cool.
the
60s
Magic
Eagles.
jersey with stars is better.
Word. Yeah.
Wait, that 60s
Yes.
Eagles jersey is that like light green shit,
Yeah,
right?
that
With
light green with
the
the
bird on the helmet.
Yeah,
that
that's
shit
fire.
is trash.
Yeah, because you're a fucking Giants fan.
No, that shit is trash, bro.
70s Jays, 70s Padres, 70s Astros. That like everybody wears those. The like yellow, orange, and brown ones, the stripes. Even though
No.
Astros.
My honorable mention is the Barcelona Messi jersey. Now, that
Oh
jersey
yeah.
fire,
Okay.
bro.
That's Lonzo Ball.
Yep.
All I do is ball. All I do is ball.
What you do? Stitch the other writing on there yourself?
Yeah, once he got
You
traded,
got it from China.
once he got traded, I was like, damn, I just got this Alonzo Ball jersey. I gotta flip it.
Because you was dumbass.
I gotta flip it. So I'm like, yo, what I'm gonna do? All I do is ball on the back of my body.
But
This-
another
I thought-
honorable mention.
Bro,
Couple
yo,
of other ones I got. I got 92 Dream Team. I got the
that's
Expos. I got the 80s
Expo.
Bucks.
The
And the most
New
important
Jersey
one.
Devils, New Jersey Devils jersey.
The most important one.
was so plain, bro.
The most important one. The World
Yeah.
Baseball Classic champions of 2010. Dominic jerseys.
Another
honest
honorable
to
mention
God,
is the Nets, the red, white, and blue with the stars on the side.
With the stars on the side? Yeah.
That's another one.
The Sixers Dr. J jersey is fire.
Yeah.
The white one, fire.
bro. Honest to God, the last good football Pro Bowl jerseys is this 09 jersey style, bro.
Yo, I ain't watch.
Yo, that was in
Can I
high
see the
school.
front?
I swear.
Bro,
Had the
show me the front of that jersey.
All-Star jersey on.
I don't remember what the front of that jersey looks like.
Man, I ain't seen the Pro Bowl game in forever, bro.
Because they
Yeah,
put
because
it
who
on before the
watches
Super Bowl.
it?
It's dumb.
It's terrible.
It's what you put on
Oh, yeah,
after the
those
Super
were
Bowl.
tough. Yeah.
Also,
Yeah,
another
those
team
were
that
nice.
had a lot of dope jerseys over the years, the Portland Trailblazers. They had
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. When they used to have when they had the spinner thing on it and shit.
The Ridge City ones are nice too.
Yeah.
Portland had a different over the years, a couple of fire jerseys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even the T-Wolves, they didn't try like the old KG them, and then they over the years tried to do colors and shit. That was fire too.
I thought I had that here, but
the Knicks,
the 80s Hawks. I had the 80s Hawks on there.
Yeah,
Dominique,
right.
Statement jersey is fire with the blue, orange, and gray. That's fire. The Knicks new statement jersey with the blue, orange, and gray. Because they barely changed the jerseys. I hate. Like, I don't know how Dolan is doing, but to be literally on Fashion Avenue, they don't do shit with their jerseys.
Well, one thing I can say about the NBA in regards to the jersey, NBA is always like kept up with the
They're
culture
always
and try to crush with the jerseys shit. Baseball.
The Cavs 2017 jersey, the year before LeBron left, with the new Cleveland jerseys, and the one that has the land on it.
The gray?
Yeah, that one and the burgundy one and the white one.
I actually like Cleveland's old jerseys with the black with the light blue and orange.
The Ricky Davis years?
With Ricky Davis and Darius Miles years and shit. I actually had the white one and shit.
The early
So,
2000s. They probably started in the 90s, but early 2000s.
Early 2000s. That's when, because when Ricky Davis and them was there. That's when.
That was the also the Sean Kemp jersey.
Yeah, but another jersey I like from a franchise was I always liked the
Sean
Cincinnati
Kemp.
Bengals jersey.
Yeah,
This
the ones with
cat
the
jersey always
pinstripe.
liked.
The
Yeah, I always
pinstripe
liked
on the
the
side
Bengals
and shit.
jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah, pinstripes dominate this
Yeah.
list here.
No, pinstripes is where it's at, man. I don't. That's static.
I know we talked briefly about the ugliest jerseys, but the Steelers
I wrote that
jersey.
down. The Bumblebee jersey.
Yeah, the Bumblebee jersey.
Gross.
I wrote that
The
down. That
Nets
shit's funny.
have the worst jersey and the worst logo in any team's history.
Which one?
They-
The new ones?
Yes, 'cause the thing about it was, remember we was in our last year in Berkeley, right? That's when they unveiled it. These niggas kept
What
that
jersey?
the
The
Nets
Nets,
logo in
the
jersey.
Brooklyn.
So,
Brooklyn
they
Nets.
Black and
kept-
white.
They kept their jersey a secret on their website for 2 weeks, saying, "Oh, there's gonna be a countdown to the unveiling." Then they showed this
it's
bullshit
bland
ass
as hell.
logo with this block ass little letter B. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, y'all waited all year for this shit.
Oh yeah, the B with the ball.
Yeah, I'm like, yo,
Yeah,
y'all
I
hit
remember.
this shit for what?
Yeah.
I could have kept the same logo and made it black and white. That was the case, but no.
Bro, the old
Basic ass jersey or
blue,
basic ass team.
the old blue Tennessee Oilers jerseys.
Oh, those are nice.
Yeah,
Horrible,
that was tough.
bro.
No, that was actually
I
tough.
like those with the
No.
fucking it
With
looks
the
like
oil, yeah.
power plant. Yeah,
Right, yeah, that was
It
actually
fucking-
tough.
What? Y'all
Oh, those
are
was
nice.
drunk, bro.
Now they jerseys.
I like those.
The A Georgia years when they switched it,
To the
with the
Titans.
New Jersey shit, when they switched to the Titans, those jerseys was tough too. And even Jacksonville Jaguars had some Fred
I
Taylor
like
dirt
the
jerseys
all
and shit.
black Jaguars.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I
The
even
old-
like
The old Broncos
the,
jerseys was horrible.
the Seattle jerseys, like
I've
all
always
of
liked
them.
the
Really,
Seahawks.
Lightning jersey.
the lime green ones.
They
the,
switched when
all
they
like-
when they switched.
Yeah, the
first
lime
switched
greens
and
are
shit.
fucking dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
I
those
even
lime
loved
greens.
my Giants color rush jerseys.
Oh
The
yeah.
blue-
Which ones?
Nah, the all white Giants.
All white joints,
had-
yeah.
Yo, the Giants with
This is
the
fire.
white jersey with the blue and the red stitching, they need to bring that back.
Oh, that's what
Yeah,
influenced the color rush.
Yeah.
Yeah,
was-
that's what
The
influenced
Jets
color.
jerseys I hate the most were the Power Ranger New York Jets fucking color rush jerseys. They were awful. When the
Oh,
Jets
green.
played the Bills and it looked like
Yeah.
Tommy versus
Don't-
Jason
Don't
all
have a
over again.
segment of Fat Five versus
Yo,
jerseys.
as soon as
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
hate the fact that like the Giants are called like Big Blue, but they have a white and red uniform. I hate that so much.
well, every team has to have an away jersey. What are you talking about, bro?
All
Home
right.
jersey is blue.
All right, moving
Oh,
on.
I'm saying-
He's blue.
I'm saying no. I said they called the Giants are called have a nickname called the Big Blue, but they
Because
shouldn't
they're
have
home.
no. But they shouldn't have a fucking red jersey if they're called Big Blue.
All right.
Bro, they
all
haven't
right,
brought back
all
the
right.
red jerseys in
That's
over
not-
a decade,
yeah, that's
bro.
not- the white and red
alternative.
ones.
It's been
Red
a long
Red is
time.
in
Wear
the
the white and red
coloring,
jerseys,
but it's
bro.
not a primary
Yeah,
color.
it's
Blue
not the
is.
primary
That's not a
color.
primary color.
Blue
It's only
is.
a secondary color.
All right, but this was 5-5. Another dope list. Another dope segment of our show. We're gonna get into the last part so we can get the fuck out of here. We're talking
Please.
Lance. Part 2.
Tired.
Lance
Want to go
part
to
2.
bed.
Shit that hit the fan. Everybody snitching. Everybody telling. Eddie, what's going on, man?
Lance ain't shit, bro.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Again, it's hard to feel bad for brother.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I did watch this doc late last night. I'm an essential worker. So,
Right.
Oh, I found my Livestrong bracelet. I found my shit.
I fell asleep during the second part of it, but I got some notes here. My biggest thing was
Shit was getting repetitive.
the husband and the wife that were like the big like main whistleblowers there for him.
Right.
When like the wife like walked in like while he was getting like chemo or whatever, like he was getting the cancer removed. I don't know the facts of it all. But the doctor was like, "Oh, hey, like, are you like on anything?"
They was in the hospital room and
Right, they were in the hospital room, regardless.
The doctor
And,
was
like, you know,
gonna
whatever.
talk, and he
Yeah,
asked
and he
them
was
to
like-
leave, but Lance was like, they can stay, and then they.
Yeah, exactly. And like the doctor was like, "Hey, you gotta beat it," and she was like, "No." Lance was like, "It's fine." And they're like, "Oh, like what other drugs are you on?" He was like, "EPO, fucking steroids, fucking," you know, he was just doing it all. That was crazy.
It's like,
Whatever it takes.
Exactly.
I'm on everything.
But again, I'm not gonna disregard what I said in the last segment, the last episode. Dude, if everyone's doing it and you're doing it, whatever. He's a 7-time Tour de France winner. Everyone else that won before him also did it. The main whistleblower that he just fucking dunked on. What's this guy?
Floyd Landis? You talking about Floyd Landis?
Yo, Floyd Landis got dunked on the whole fucking documentary, and it was so funny. But also, he did it too, and he won after.
I felt bad for Floyd, though. I felt bad for Floyd.
And it just a bunch. The only other like key thing that I really wanted to focus on here, because again, like with these documentaries, I know what I said in the last episode, where the documentarians want us to believe whatever they perceive. I think Lance is also stupid as shit, and like they were like, "Oh, hey, Lance, we're gonna do a documentary on you. You want to talk about it?" And he was like, "Yeah, sure." He didn't think they were gonna portray him as a bad guy, but
he just wanted to be seen.
Yeah, they portrayed you as a bad guy. You're an idiot.
One of the things, remember, the lady that was interviewing him asked him was like, "Do you feel relevant?" Like,
he said, "I am relevant."
Yeah, I am relevant.
No, straight face, I am relevant. That's what you talking about.
Lance is like that Rush song, "Living in the Limelight," the universal dream.
He said, "I love me some me."
But yeah, Lance is totally in on himself. I think he called him a piece of shit to Floyd Landers, or whatever the guy's name was.
He low-key had beef with this man for no fucking reason.
No reason. I didn't like the fact that, like, I actually did like that he was.
Floyd came out, He came out and said, like, he
was the main whistleblower. Yeah, he was the main whistleblower.
So
I do like that he had a little bit of sympathy for Emma O'Reilly. Love the Irish accent. That was cool. I mean, like, she was a big main whistleblower as well.
Yeah.
But the main thing I did want to, the main thing I wanted to focus on with Lance, and again, we talked about the Live Strong stuff. We talked about, like, everyone knows anyone, especially this day and age.
Yeah.
Everyone knows some family member or friend or someone that they care about that was affected with cancer, whether they be old, whether they be young. Lance did love the kids, man. That was the beginning part of episode 2. He was always there with them, and he was always an emotional wreck. I'm not, like, trying to say he was a good guy through all this, but he did love the kids. He did have a big thing with helping people that did have cancer have children. So, like, a big part of, like, the Lance Armstrong Foundation and a big part of the Live Strong
Foundation. He gave
Foundation.
a lot of people who had cancer
right.
hope,
He gave them hope, exactly. And again, he was a piece of shit.
That's why it makes it so tough to really talk about him. But
right.
He sort of mentioned it, that he used it as a shield.
He did. He did. And it's sad, and
that's probably why he was so mad when they wanted him to step down, because he was using that as a shield.
Right. Mm-hmm. And it's just sad to see, like, what he went through with, like, the whole, like, Live Strong thing too, when they asked him to step down, as you guys just said. But yeah, it was nuts. Like I said, I did fall asleep during episode 2, or like part 2 of it all.
Part 2 of part 2.
For about 10 minutes, and then I finished it off. I did not get to watch it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm working hard for you.
I mean, shit, you ain't missed much. Kev, what are your thoughts on part 2?
As far as I'm concerned, it was repetitive.
Yeah.
They could have did without it. It's the worst it has to be the worst feeling in the world to have such a great organization built, like, behind you and bear your name, and then, like, you kind of disgraced it essentially with everything that you did. So, like, I don't feel any sadness for them making him step down. I mean, the foundation still carried on. The foundation still did a lot of great things. That's awesome. That's amazing. I think the show is glorifying him only because it gave any jackass that you give a platform is gonna show out and act a damn fool.
Right.
Come on, like, we're in 2020. Well, we know who POTUS is, so bro, acting a fool, bro. And like he said, straight face looked in the camera and was like, "I'm relevant. I am relevant." Like, like he basically looked at her like, "The fuck are you talking about?" Like, I am relevant. And then shout out to all the whistleblowers, man. Good looks. Y'all did the right thing. He ain't shit. Like, they kept showing the scene of him, like a biker falling in front of him, and then him getting knocked off the bike and then running like across whatever that little dirt field to jump back on the road. I'm like, bro, you cheating, bro. Why you ain't just stay on the road where you was at? You gonna run down and jump in front of a few bikers and keep pedaling, like, bro, like.
Yeah, and then he was beefing with that kid Filippo Simeone and
Right. Oh, Simeone, who also passed away.
Yo,
that
Lance,
was pretty crazy.
we can do without
Lance
you,
pulled
bro.
up on him in the race. That was when he pulled up because he was talking about Lance's mentor / doctor.
Right, talking about Ferrari.
He was talking about Ferrari, and Lance pulled up and basically was telling him, I got money.
Yeah, I'll end you.
I'll end you. You better, you know.
Yo, Lance.
And then he did that, like, to the camera. He went like this.
Yeah, he went like that.
And
like,
smile.
Like, smile. He knew what he was doing.
Lance,
Lance is a bad guy. I don't care what anybody says. He's a bad guy.
What you say, Kev?
Bro. Lance, you trash, bro. One of my subscribers at that man, bro. Trash, bro.
All right, John, your take on part 2.
Basically, it's the same. It's the same take as how I had last episode. Lance, he was a pillar of hope for people who had cancer, and I feel like the fact that he had cancer still saves him from getting a full harshest critique of what he did. You know, I feel like people don't go all the way in because even though what he did was bad and disgraceful, he still gave some people hope. So he still has that. He could still be a trashy person, but he still gave people hope. Like, oh, I could do something. Like, oh, he got through it, survived. I have a chance.
Right.
You know, and he's still living his life. So therefore, like, I felt like he didn't get the harshest thing.
The full blunt for what he's done.
Other people who didn't have cancer would have got it worse, you know?
Yeah.
So like they use it as a shield. And then
that's trashy.
But then there's other parts, like he was suing people, like he knows he's lying.
And he was wrong, and he was
going to war with people. Like
he had that one guy want to go talk to John McCain, and he openly lying. It's like, bro, you want me to go out and put my neck out there, and you fucking lying.
And you know the funny part? He probably could have got away with this. You know, he could have got away with it. But he wanted to come back. The person who was running the tours like, yo, stay away.
Right.
He's hot right now.
Yeah,
they protected Lance like with everything, and
so they told him, don't come back.
They told that nigga, they told Landis, this the mob, bro. Stay over here. We gonna take care of you, but you gotta stay. You just gotta stay over here. Like,
and that's one reason why Landis turned, because he wanted to come back. He seen Lance come back. He's like, oh, I want one. Let me try. Like, let me come back. But I guess he didn't get the same love and pull as Lance.
Right.
It was like, stay over there, and he came out with his shoe. And then there was another part like towards the end, and he was talking about the people that ruined his life.
He ruined his life.
Dirtbag. Yeah, he made the decisions that ended his thing, but he was talking about like, oh, they got jobs, they do this, they could be in cycling, but they ruined my life.
Right.
There was one other part I forgot to mention too. That like Lance's whole team was definitely like Ricky Bobby's Talladega Nights, and they had big fucking.
They hate his ass.
Another thing.
They got mad that they were pretty much helping him to win. They were definitely shake and bake in the whole fucking time.
Yeah. But another thing, when he came back, he finished in 3rd place, and his teammate won. And they showed
he was pissed.
He wanted to win.
Leonard Valance?
I
finally got him.
I don't think that was the one who won, though. I think his name was...
But no, he was salty as hell.
One of his former teammates left and then won.
I'm over this shit, bro.
All right, DQ, any takes before we get out of here?
Pretty much my take is, like, it's kind of hard to, like, feel bad for someone who has like kind of make a person who has cancer into a bad person, but Lance is clearly an asshole. Like, clearly, I still have my Livestrong bracelet. I found it recently, but like,
you have it on right now?
Yes, right here.
Yeah, throw that shit out, bro.
Yeah.
No, don't throw that out
don't-
because the organization is.
I don't do that.
I'm joking.
That's
I'm
not
joking.
but
But yeah, like
that being something more than what
like
Lance did.
overall, I feel like the fact that he had cancer, like you
But
can't
Alberto
like
Contador was the one who won. That came in first place the year. Lance
Thank you,
came
John.
back.
like his drug use, like it can kind of be like forgiving because he's had cancer, but at the same time, when you're on everything, weed, painkillers, cigarettes, weed, Hennessy, vodka, like everything, like you can't really like you can't have a blind eye to that. That's my take.
Yeah.
Oh, and another thing, a part of the reason why I came back, Lance was talking like, "Yo, I seen who won 08." I'm looking
Right,
like,
yeah. He mad that somebody won, right.
He's not a winner. I'm about to come back.
Yeah. And
Your boy
He should have
Floyd
stayed away.
won.
He would have got away.
After Lance retired, got the yellow jersey and
Yeah.
tested positive too. So
And because of what Johnny just
Floyd,
said.
and Floyd was like, I wasn't a good lie as Lance. That's why it worked.
Yeah.
Right.
That was a wild doc.
Again,
I can't wait for B Water.
Yeah, watching this just lets me know for sure that these extreme athletes be fucking narcissists, boy. Like these niggas are lunatics. Like I love it. I love watching it. But because all credit to Lance. Who gives a fuck about cycling? Nobody did until Lance. Like
yeah, he made it known in America. Like
who's talking about it now? Nobody. Because who we got? No disrespect to y'all, because what y'all do, can't none of us do on a good day. Because none of us. Kev, don't look like that, nigga. Your ass will go 2 blocks and be throwing up.
Bro, I could ride a bike, bro.
Okay.
No. All due respect.
You can't do a
Yeah.
All due respect. Yo, what y'all do physically, enduring wise, and that Tour de France.
Yeah.
Oh, not me, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Pay me.
That ain't no easy feat.
Rigorous.
That ain't no easy feat. So we respect what you guys do, but
it's not as big in America as it is.
It ain't an American sport. So we gotta give Lance his respect when it comes to polarizing that for us, because
no respect for you, sir. Dirtbag.
Okay.
But you've done some wild shit, Lance.
Before we go, a segment that I sneak in for the last 2 episodes that I love to sneak in that I may or may not have stole from another podcast. What are we going to watch, and what could we possibly watch later?
What's coming up? What are we watching next?
So if you guys didn't know, NASCAR's back. Who cares? There was a
They're
race
making the left turn.
There was a race.
Left turn. What are we gonna do next? They're making a left turn.
For real.
Yes, exactly. There was a race in Bristol, North Carolina that nobody cares about. It's some guy named Brad won. Duh.
Obviously.
That's what all white guys' names are. And German Soccer League is still on. And then I know we talked about it at the beginning of the pod, but Dortmund's Jadon Sancho, when he finally scored his, he actually ended up having a hat trick, but his first goal ripped off his shirt, and sent his condolences to George Floyd's family. That was pretty cool. And another guy, Gladbach, again, another German soccer player, also expressed his love to George Floyd's family. KBO is still going on. There's no E60s, but we will be covering what, guys? B Water.
B Water.
Can't wait. I'm most excited about this 30 for 30. We're going to get 2 episodes of that, so we'll cover it for you.
No, that's going to be fire. But again,
my boy Bruce Lee was Jackie Chan before Jackie knew he was Jackie Chan.
Bruce Lee was murdered by the Illuminati, so.
Yeah.
We don't talk allegedly.
That's another.
We'll talk about that later.
That's another.
Allegedly.
That's another pie. But thank you for watching the OSA Out of Shape Allstars episode 7. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We're trying to be the #1 sports podcast in the great world that we live in. Help us out. We got a good cast. We're good people. We do the right thing sometimes.
We have fun.
No, like and subscribe. Again, this video is brought to you by Culture Capsule and sponsored by Don's Inc. You see that logo on Kev's hat? We in here, man. Make sure you like,
My
comment,
shirts
subscribe.
are coming tomorrow, hopefully.
Shirts coming soon. Man, like, comment, subscribe. Watch all of our other episodes and shit. And we'll see y'all next week, all right? Peace.
Make sure y'all go vote. Register to vote.
That's right. Definitely do that.
Definitely
Even
vote.
though you live in New York, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Do it.
Don't listen to
R.I.P.
Eddie.
George Floyd.